Good evening and welcome to, I forgot the number, LockDown LAN, I don't know, like 100 billion. Just checking my fans are running. I'm just waiting for a patch. There's been a patch. Two things in this patch of note. They fixed the issue where the function controls fiddle with the camera, which I've been whining about endlessly, and they have fixed the issue. And when they described the bug, I suddenly worked out what the bug was. Specifically, the bug was if you are working in gallons and someone else in your game is working in liters, it puts the wrong amount of fuel in. Now, if we had worked it out previously, we could actually have abused this, because it meant that when you put one, if you were on Imperial and you put 1 litre into a tank, the host who was on Metric would put, I don't know, I think it's like 8 litres to a gallon or something. So, yeah, I'm just waiting for everyone else to get off their lazy arse and join me. I'm also was wondering, while I'm waiting for that, does this have network play? I've never played it. Let's have a look. Well, what do you mean pause? No, continue. Like, I've literally never played this. It was one of the free games. Curious how it is. Looks funny, but I am. Oh. Not great. Pump your message queue, lads. Oh god, what resolution is that? Horrible resolution. Hey Max!
Hello.
Stop eating, run the Epic Launcher, there's a patch.
Right.
Then eat.
I'm trying to eat that, no problem. I would like to eat.
Yeah, but start the
It's
patch.
a damn packet.
Start the
It's
patch,
a damn
then
packet.
stuff your face.
Yeah.
So, what can you hear in the background tonight from my... Actually, let me turn crisp off a second. What can you hear in the background? Nothing at all, so...
Well, I guess this is hinting towards your new 3D printer and myself speaking.
So quiet! It's... Oh, yes, I do.
Is it actually printing anything?
Yeah. It, and I mean, I'm sitting. I can touch it. I can literally touch it with my arm, and I just left it. And I didn't notice it start up. It was so quiet. So all the time. I'm just waiting for the patch to happen. So I'm just running a totally back.
Now, are we... Does patching and installation...
Yeah.
Not downloading?
Mine whines so. Right. So does this game have multiplayer?
No, it's downloading.
No. I want now. This game doesn't have multiplayer. That's a shame. It's too loud, of course.
What game?
Totally accurate battle simulator. I was wondering if it had multiplayer, because that would have been quite cool.
You know my favourite. Right now.
Your favourite what, sorry?
Game.
That doesn't narrow it down, there's so many games.
There are. You know the favourite one I've been going, oh, must be more of that, must be more of that.
Star Wars Squadrons.
No, can't buy that yet.
I know.
Next time I can't play that yet. I have more ginger.
Where's Go? Start. Did you guys only bring 1 spear to each of the battle? What are you doing? Throw more spears? More
What?
spears! Wow. Unbelievable.
What are you playing?
Totally accurate battle simulator.
Oh, sorry.
Right. How about incompetent soldier simulator?
I'm not
Come
simulator.
around! Oh, you total morons. You're no good. Chuck a fucking spear. Chuck it. Great. Oh wait, hold on, I'm not dead yet though. Apparently I've got a guy. Turn around, point the shield at the... Oh man, I thought I might win then.
So you have to do something lining up-y.
You put little guys down that are completely under AI control, and you have to develop an army that can defeat them. This game's had like matches like who would win between 10,000 chickens and 100 tigers, because you can just go completely nuts on the number of mobs. However, that's good. I've got 3 guys left. That really depends how well.
Batter him! I've got a spear.
Oh dear. But yeah, this was one of the 3 epic games at some point. Come on. Stop being dead. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Come on.
What are you killing them with? Just pushing them over? You're on the floor, lie down.
They're just smashing me to death with a shield.
Oh, right. Doesn't look very smashy to me.
So I still don't have access to anything else. Okay, then I'll just put...
I just have to win a lot.
Oh no, it's just each match. It's just I've already unlocked 1 mob. Oh yes.
Oh no, you're talking.
Guys, time for wave 2.
Shoot, did what the fuck was that?
Yeah, he's got like magic or something.
Oh right. Get the one that's like clever and stuff.
Damn.
I've got no gun. Oh, well, then I did it.
Well, that's alright. That's what I can do.
First tab.
I can put all my guys up here, so then they should hit the magic guy first. So all the spears.
They've got 1 mob in.
I put 10. Yeah, I just put all spear. The problem is they've all fired their first.
And only.
Yeah.
Projectile.
No, they get another one, but it's about 10 seconds between each. That's it, guys. That's it. Yep. Now get the king or no. This game's awesome, actually.
Well,
What I want is the woolly mammoth. There's a woolly mammoth going like, oh. So now I've got stoners and bone mages. I'm just going to put bone mages down, see what happens. Bone mage. Come on, lads. Bones! Oh, yes. Wow, that was almost entirely everyone dead in one go. Time for more bones. Wait, how was it defeated? Okay. Right, so how about bone. Still spread out. I'll check the download in a sec. It was going quite quickly, but yes.
Snowrunner's up to date now.
I'll check mine after this round. So, hit him with your stick. It's a shame this isn't multiplayer because it would be absolutely brilliant. But I might actually come back to that one. That was really good. That's really silly, and I love it. But no, I don't know why no multiplayer, because it's easy. Like in this case, because it doesn't need to be real time.
Yeah.
It just simulates them, and then done.
Plays out that simulation.
Yeah. So, as I was saying earlier, there are a number of things that we care about in this patch, but I will go over the 2 that are important. The D-pad no longer controls the camera and the functions menu simultaneously. Thank you. They have fixed the issue where the host is in a different measurement system to the client.
What?
So if you're in metric, you're in litres, I'm in gallons, and you put 1 litre into a fuel tank, it didn't gain 1 litre, it gained 1 gallon.
Oh.
So you sent a 1 to the server. Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
What happens if there is 1 litre's worth of room left in the... I'm going to go into single player first a sec. What happens if there's 1 litre's of space left and you try and put 1 gallon into it? Oh.
It'll go on the floor.
It won't.
Oh, it just wraps round.
It wraps round. Aha. Does that sound like a familiar bug? Oh, yes.
Oh, hell it does, yeah.
So I'm just going to grab all my scouts. And we're going to pop them all. So we've got all our scouts. So I've got a plan for tonight. I have an actual, honest to God, LAN for once. Next time we play Forza, by the way, you should definitely buy the Scout 800 because it's in there. Now, truck store. So which one of these is Scout? There we go. Right, so I still don't have.
Patch it. Don't forget to patch it.
Hello, Malcolm. Patch again. Right, now I need to work out where the rest of my vehicles are.
Pick a map, any map. Is there no sort of clues to where the vehicles are?
Yes, but I don't. Sort of. So you get a little icon if there's a vehicle there, but only if it's in the world, I think. I don't think you get an icon if it's in a garage.
Hmm?
Hello. So I realised I was muted.
I thought the garage was global.
What version is the game that you guys are running? Because I think I updated it.
It won't let you run Epic. It'll be like, no. I'm just recovering all my scouts, so I've got a plan. So I have a plan tonight.
You could say you're a man with a plan.
I could, but that would just be cringy, quite frank, and I would just hate anyone who ever said that.
No, never stopped you before.
Oh, and all those nice things I was saying about your mum earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
I was also some nice things. She's good value for
I'll
money.
be back until
For
grab a
her
drink.
age,
What?
she's excellent, you know.
What?
I'm just recovering basically all the scouts. So we're going to go on a mapping adventure to one of the areas we've not been to. I'll be honest, at this second in time, I couldn't tell you which area it is, but it will come to me, I'm sure. And I'm also going to grab the Ford F750 because it's just got so much. So we've got a bunch of cool bits and bobs. Retain. And then I'll go into multi. Actually, no. So it was, I believe, the fifth. We're going to go to Island Lake, which I haven't mapped at all. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 watchtowers, and I have done 0. So that's where we're going. That involves going to Smithville Dam, and then we will start. Yeah, that's all right.
Why don't we join you?
I haven't. So I've done it as a single player game because there's a 15-second delay in changing areas in multiplayer.
Oh, okay.
So I've just dived between about 4 areas. So
okay.
I will start it in 2 or 3 seconds. Start co-op. What am I at now? 42%. Wait, 42%. Oh god, they patched it. Oh god, it's gone down. They've added new content.
What? Oh. What?
I see. As they add new content, my percentage progression goes down. Can you hear my 3D printer, by the way?
No.
Good in it. I'm happy. I'm really pleased about that.
Take photos. Send photos.
Hashtag 3D printing. But I'll wait for you two to join, and then we'll work out between us what vehicles we're going to take. And I'll show you a picture on the stream. So it is it's an FL Sun QQ, which just makes me laugh. But it's a Delta printer.
Cool.
It literally is 4 times more accurate than my old printer. It's literally 4 times faster, so I can either print 4 times better quality, and the same speed, or 4 times faster. And was 160 quid, which is just.
What's that thing on top?
insane.
That's the
real. That's the real. Yeah. Because
it's still a pain in the arse to feed.
This is actually a lot worse than the other one to feed, because in the other one, the extruder is on the hot end. So what it does is it pulls the filament from here. Now the thing is, that extruder, that's a stepper motor, and it's very, very heavy. So the reason that this one does such super duper print speeds is the extruder is not here. So you have 3 motors to move it up and down, and then you can move the this part into any location. That's cool. But the hot end is there, but the extruder is at the other end of this PTFE tube. So the extruder is up here. So So what it does, you extrude into there, and then it's a slippery tube essentially. So it pushes the filament all the way down the tube. So this means the end on this one only weighs, I don't know, 10 grams, whereas on my other printer it weighs 150 grams. Stepper motors are heavy. So this one is capable of insane speeds compared to my old printer. just because of the different design.
So does that mean that that tube has runs the risk of being blocked if it cools?
Yep. Because the hot end's at the end here, so this is cold. This is cold all the way down. So the hot end is right at the very, very end. But it's a slippery tube. It's called a Bowden tube, and it's a consumable part. But I mean, everyone told me, you're printing glow in the dark filament. Oh, you'll need to replace your nozzle every couple of weeks, and it's coming up to a year, and I'm still on my first nozzle. So the internet could just shut up, quite frankly, about stuff. But so far I've done a couple of test prints, and the quality is just unbelievable. It's so much better than my old printer, and a shit ton quicker, and it's silent, and it was cheap. So yay for the march of progress, and a year's newer is a year better. Hello, Dora. So yes, hello. So the plan is to go from Smithville Dam with a squad to Island Lake and to map all of Island Lake. So I would recommend scouts with trailers. I was going to suggest for me, I mean, Malcolm, I don't know which ones you've got. I have a whole bunch of, Dora, I have a whole bunch of cool scouts. I've got the Tatterin, the Chevrolet all souped up, the Hummer, the Scout all souped up.
Yeah, I've got a Hummer, which I'm quite happy with. It's quite souped up.
Have you looked at the Khan? Look at the wheels on the Khan.
The Khan? I don't think I've seen the Khan.
It's a DLC one. It's on the stream. Yeah, that's...
the Khan.
I will possibly take the Action with a fuel Bowser on the back, because that should extend our amount of runtime. But I would recommend you guys grab a fuel tanker. We still haven't worked it out, though. We did do it. Rob did buy a fuel Bowser. A trailer, but then we couldn't work out what happens when he quits. It disappears from my game, and we think it teleports to his game, but we don't know. So up to you. But if I take the Action, that's a good idea. You guys are happy with your scouts, or do you want to borrow one of mine?
I'm going to try one of my scouts, but I'm trying to work out what the best tyres would be. So we're in the island map, which is off-road. It's mud tyres, basically, isn't it?
So, unfortunately, so I'm pretty sure they changed the design of the game. So pretty much you've got... So what, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... I have 9 highway tyres on this vehicle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 9 all-terrain, and 9 off-road, and 3 mud tyres. Essentially, skip it all, go for the mud tyres. You never get stuck off-road. You never get stuck all-terrain. You never get stuck highway. Get mud. That's where you get stuck. So the mud ones are on-road poor, off-road excellent, mud excellent. Like, well, then I'll do that. The ice chains are off-road excellent, mud good, ice excellent. Again, I've never got stuck on the ice. Also, there's no ice here. So totally the biggest mud tyres you can get. Hey, Samson. In the background, Samson, can you hear my printer printing? No? Awesome, isn't it?
You need a webcam on it so we can believe you that you've actually built a printer there.
I've shown you a picture. I'll show you a picture again.
That's it. The picture doesn't animate.
No, it's true. It's true. I don't have my so I've had to order another Raspberry Pi. Unfortunately, what I can't do is control 2 printers from one Raspberry Pi. Literally, there's a thread saying they're not fast enough. Stop trying. We're never supporting this. Please stop trying.
What do we want? A little bit of extra fuel, because I can basically double my own fuel and spare parts and repair. Or should I can bring a service cab with like 400 repair parts.
I've got an awful lot of fuel.
Okay, so I'm going to bring.
I'm going to bring coconuts.
No, you don't. We've all seen them. No, you don't.
So theoretically, I can bring...
Repair parts will be more useful than fuel.
Yeah, I can bring...
Yeah. Unfortunately,
this.
What does the prototype exploration unit actually give you?
That gives
400 repair parts. Yeah.
I think the prototype exploration... Isn't that a special... Isn't that a scout trailer with repairing on it?
I don't know. It just says it has 120 litres...
How much is... Yeah.
Fuel.
Does it say anything else? I think it says all the stats
no,
there.
Oh. Not in this view. It doesn't. I don't want to buy it and then find out it's not.
Well, how much is it?
It's 5,800.
Oh, nothing, man. You're rolling in it.
I'm sorry, I got about twice that.
Oh, well then don't.
I can bring a scout flatbed.
Yeah, this can't have mud tyres, but it can have all-terrain tyres, which is the next best thing.
So, I can't store trailers. So basically, there's a whole bunch of actually, aren't there a whole ton of trailers out by the fuel, by the garage on the way out of this map? No, different map.
This is what I'm thinking. 400.
There is a service trailer, but it's empty. Which means you then have to go and take it somewhere to get it fueled up again.
Yeah.
This is always all-wheel drive, always diff lock, but it doesn't have mud tyres. It's got all-terrain, but it's got 400 spare parts or repair parts on it.
That's
no fuel, but that should cover a lot for repair parts.
Oh,
Quite a good
wow.
fuel tank as well, 130.
Wait, what is that though? Is that a Scout?
That is a Scout, yeah.
Really? You're gonna?
Yeah.
You're so we're relying. Get this straight. Just before we embark on our epic adventure, we're relying on Max to get all the waypoints. Are you sure?
Autonomous. Winch.
Right. Well, that's fine. Yeah, no,
winch him.
that's fine. Wait, who needs competence? We've got autonomous winches. If you, we can go get the fuel truck, but we're going south anyway. So let's head south. We'll do repair the truck on the way, and that will give us our first plan. It's not that far, in part because we're using scouts. Right.
I can carry a fuel carrier as well.
Yeah. Well, I've got a fuel carrier on the back of mine, so I've got I don't know.
What's the capacity?
900. Oh, on his or what I can get?
Yeah.
900. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the standard sort of size.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's loads for 3 scouts, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna recover. So if we're ready, we'll go because I've already just burned 7 litres of fuel just sitting there. That's a tenth of the Imprezza's tank idling.
What about the prototype exploration unit? I mean, that's got repair points. Yeah, we said we wanted that.
Well, no, because Malcolm's got a ton of repair points on his whatever the fuck that is, maintenance
Okay,
truck.
so
we're
I won't
good.
bother then.
I think we're good. I think
to
we're
go.
good. Yeah. I think honestly, trailers are much more important for single player than multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you haven't got the ability to take all that stuff with you. Okay, cool.
The only negative this thing has at the moment is that it doesn't have mud tyres. That's it.
They've
I've
changed.
gone for the off-road gearbox as well, so I've got low, high, and low.
I think they've broken force feedback. The steering wheel's just really hard to turn. No, you've got vibrate. No, the steering wheel's just hard to turn. It's not actually moving my steering wheel at all.
Oh, you're not hearing the usual racket coming out of it.
Well, oh, I know why.
You pulled the power out of it.
I
Doris
rebooted
pulled
it.
the power out of it.
I rebooted earlier.
Way! And I'm on the roof. Just on the garage, yes, really. I found a sign and it didn't agree with me.
It's probably best just to recover
Well, that's no fun.
and
I can pull myself back up.
think about what you've done with your items.
Oh, my vehicle's just rolling around in the mud because it's like a pig in muck for some reason. Don't know why.
Steering wheel. I love the way my option isn't force feedback on or off. It's just force feedback amount.
Some.
I will say. I mean, basically, it was just hard to turn. No. I think I might have to restart before it happens, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. That feels weird. The steering wheel feels dead in my hand. Normally, you don't realise how much the game interacts with the. Why are we going this way?
I was following you.
I don't know.
Do we recover?
Totally, yeah, totally. 100%.
Turn left.
100% the wrong direction. Yeah. I
I won't say anything.
I even set waypoints and then went right because normally we go right. And there's an Anderson shelter here. Max, it might have a barn find in it.
Yay! I can check that
Do you
out.
use the off-road gearbox then?
No, it's too much of a pain in the arse on the steering wheel.
Oh, okay.
Max, did you just go?
Would you recommend it, or would you recommend just the normal balance one?
Max, wrong way. Unless you're doing something special.
So I've used 2 litres of fuel getting here.
Yeah.
That's what. That's
Well,
what concerns
you
me.
know, pop it into neutral. Bring up the functions menu. Turn the engine off. Hypermile.
I've done that.
Hypermiling. Check it out.
Wait, I've got autonomous winch. Can I not winch on?
No,
anything?
don't. I did that before. I winched onto a lamppost at about 90 miles an hour and nearly tore the universe in two.
I can't winch. Why can't I winch on anything though? It's just because the engine's off.
Yes.
This might take me a while to get down this hill.
Oh, I see. And I popped it into neutral whilst moving. It's like there is a fuel gate. There is a fuel station on the way.
I've apparently I wasn't in neutral. Oh, I'm gonna run. Watch this. Okay, let's see what the splash is.
Oh, you don't want to hit that too fast.
That's fine. I made it all the way through. I'm in neutral still.
Oh, we've lost Max. Where is he?
So I'm taking wrong turns all over the place here. Sorry. I'm just going to turn around.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good little truck. This I do like this one because it's got a lot of.
I've literally never driven it. Anyway, just head down here and wait at the garage, and we'll meet up at the garage. Get some snacks for the journey.
Oh, nice. I like snacks.
Oh, I can see the road. I just go.
Oh, of course, there's a fuel station. Why?
Oh, of course, the tree that's tiny is the thickest trunk on it possible.
And when you say thick, what do you mean?
Why?
Pencil.
He's taking
It's like a pencil in the ground, but it stops trucks.
He's taking a weird shortcut.
Yeah, shortcut. Want some jelly beans. Jelly babies, sorry. Peas babies.
Here he comes. Just wanted to watch in case it all went wrong. Yep. Oh, yeah, it's really fast.
This
You
is
ain't-
just bouncy. It's like a little
You
kid
only,
on steroids.
you only had a very, very tenuous grasp of gravity at that point.
Oh yes,
Whee!
frequently. Yeah. This is really, really bouncy. I don't know why it's so bouncy. But hey, it's fun.
Oh man, if I wasn't the host, I would restart. It's bizarre not having any force feedback on the steering wheel. Essentially, the steering wheel is just super difficult to turn.
I'd like to sit the what's it called it? Like the drive's dead.
No, it's
I don't know,
not.
It's just fine.
It's not.
It's cold. It's not initialized.
It's not centering. It's stiff. Oh, sorry. So it's hard to move. It's not. It's not trying to center. It holds itself exactly where I put it.
Have you made sure you turn power assisted steering on?
No, it's because I wasn't running the Logitech software when I ran the game. So that's what's happened. And instead of it warning me, it's just gone. Nope. Dora, that you vandal. How did you pull that on yourself? What? Why do I put up with you? Let's go.
So where are we going? Here?
Follow me. We all filled up. I got snacks. Wouldn't that be awesome if you could actually buy snacks?
No, that wouldn't actually,
No.
because then you'd have to deal with your thirst and hunger.
That'd be
And let's not add that to this game.
Because in Euro Truck Simulator, you've got to worry about awakeness. So-
Awakeness,
yeah,
not
like-
alertness.
Like your character will fall asleep, so you see your eyelids come down the top of the screen, and then like you're squinting just through like mostly asleep eyes if you don't sleep enough. It's I'm not sure cool's the right word, but it's very clever.
I heard a new term that describes that when you're driving.
Dangerous, terrifying.
Apple bobbing.
Apple bob. Oh yeah, because you put your head down and
Yeah.
come back. Yeah, apple bobbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good term. I've never heard that, but it
I've
makes
never heard
sense.
that, I like it.
Except at Halloween.
Yeah. Or whenever.
So for Halloween, are you going to organise like a catapult to fire sweets at the children that come to the door to maintain social distancing?
I might have a
Catapult.
surprise. No.
I like the idea of a catapult to fire sweets at the children.
A cannon that fires sweets
Not,
at children.
not a cannon. A catapult.
No, cannon.
Well, okay.
Just aiming, clearly above their head.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. So
you know.
fire the candy in the air above their heads. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then they go, oh, there's raining horrible hard-boiled sweets at us. Go away. Yes.
Oh, right. Well,
Then
see,
you get a treat. No, you
see,
get a
because I'm not a monster, I was only thinking about firing, sherbet UFOs at people, not hard-boiled sweets.
treat. Well, this has got sharp edges. Those are paper.
Oh, it's not sharp. You can't cut yourself on sugar paper. The most you can give yourself is
Rice paper, isn't
diabetes.
Oh, well. Yeah. Is it sugar paper or rice paper? I was legit rice.
Sugar paper and rice paper are very similar.
Rice. Tastes awful.
It doesn't really taste of anything at all. I was in a school play once and I had to eat a sheet of rice paper for the script. So may have been sugar paper. Yeah, I would say rice paper. It's not quite as. Ooh.
Did they know you're in the school play, or?
Yeah, no, not
just
that.
turned up?
No, they just said eat this sheet of paper and I ate it. That's mostly what I recall. Oh wow, I'm in a rut.
You out? Yeah. Stuck in a rut.
Taking engine damage. Now, Do we remember this corner, boys and girls?
No.
Corner? What corner?
This
I've
one.
been down this bit of this.
Oh, have you not? Right, take this bit
No.
slowly. And if anything, I'm about to do a 3.0.
Just
Balls
go
deep.
for it.
Just balls
Don't know
deep,
what he's talking about.
Balls deep will end up at the bottom. You at the bottom of that cliff.
This bit's horrific. I remember this
I've
bit.
got a wheel off the ground already.
Nice and slow.
Found a tree.
Is there a winch onto? Just this extra? No, there isn't. Is there?
Well, you can always winch on to me.
Yeah, let's do that. Cause I'm top heavy.
Oh yeah, baby. That's how I like them.
So I've got all or nothing. on
Blue
my-
and
on my
top heavy.
accelerator.
Like Smurfette.
Yeah, baby.
Apparently there's mud here, but it doesn't look like there is. It's just driving the grass.
Mud and rocks and grass. And
Oh, this is quite a lot easier in these little vehicles.
I just hit an invisible wall. It's good.
So the miniature goal for tonight is to unlock all the watchtowers and pick up all the upgrades and oopsie wrong button. All the upgrades and missions from.
Where am I heading? Just straight
Yeah.
down to this road, down to the water.
Yeah, I think so. Yes. Oh wow, this is rutty. So I want to get one of the
I'm
vehicles.
actually lying on my side, but I still move. I'm okay. I'm okay.
I want to
I
get
need
one of
I need some ground clearance in this vehicle. That's the problem I've got.
I want to get one of the vehicles with the special settings, so you can actually adjust the suspension in real time. Max, you
Do they exist?
Yes, it's one of the new things in the latest patch. You can come back and get it.
Please. Alright, I'm trying to find something to winch onto behind me.
I mean, that's a question, maybe for Mythbusters or the slow-mo guys. Can you kill someone by firing hard-boiled sweets at them?
How are they just like testing it? Just like, yeah.
Yeah,
Kid,
but
come here, kid. You like kid this week, don't you?
But they would obviously test
Yes,
it
you can.
with a human. What do they call it?
Can you?
No.
The gelatin thing.
They had a word for it, not human substitute or stand-in. Had a really cool word for it. Analog, human analog.
Oh. I thought the word you were
wow.
looking for was sacrifice.
That went quick. Can I? Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I get across here?
Just I would wait for us. We're having problems. Remember, teamwork. Not
Hey,
look
this-
at me. Look at me. I'm so far ahead. Help! I'm
This little-
stuck.
I'm sorry, but this little truck's hilarious. It's just going. It's just like water.
Yeah,
it's
Max,
fine.
you're gonna have to pull me sideways, not
Cross.
just. Yeah,
This little truck
Malcolm,
doesn't
we
have
might
ground. Yeah.
might need you to come back because Max is too heavy, too top heavy to do this.
Okay.
I like the way the Action now looks like just a big version of the Scout.
Is there any fuel? Is there any fuel this side?
No.
Do you really need help? The long
No,
pause making.
no, he was pulling me.
I'm just gonna sit here and wait then.
Oh god, this is so steep.
Put myself in a position where you guys can
Yep.
grab onto my bumper. Baby.
So the only giveaway that you've got a printer going on in the background is a very sort of light, almost like main tummy type noise in the background. It's very hard to
Oh.
hear.
Thunderstorm.
Can't hear
Yeah,
that.
it's just there's a. All I can hear is the fan. If I popped a little screen in front of that of any sort, that would cut out all the high frequencies, and that would be oh my god, and that would be silent. So I'm really impressed with it. It's at that price, that is ridiculous. So
I mean, the next question is: did you have to build it, or did it come pre-assembled?
No, I had to build it. It came in 5 pieces, the top, the bottom,
Big pieces.
yeah, the top, the bottom, and 5 arms. Took
And
me
you
a
didn't have that nightmare of the bed and all that sort of rubbish with that
no.
one.
So this is the thing about this one.
Oh, because obviously you haven't, it's coming out cold, I suppose. Or,
coming out
whoa!
cold.
What the fuck? Physics there.
The important thing is there are 3 requirements.
Cool.
But
I mean, it's going down that tube, but it's liquid in the tube.
No,
isn't it?
no, it's hot. It's not hot till it hits the bottom.
Huh?
So the tube is cold. It's not liquid in the tube. So it pushes the tube.
Hold on, I'm getting. Oh, it's. My brain doesn't know. I thought the extruder would make it hot liquid going down the pipe.
That's the hot end. The extruder pushes cold filament, and the next part of it in the other printer is the hot end. In this printer, it goes extruder, Bowden tube or Bowden tube, and then it goes hot end.
Oh, right, so the heated element is the very last little bit.
Very, very last little bit, like literally 1 millimeter.
That makes much more sense.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But I basically I had 2 bare minimum requirements. It must have a heated bed and it must have auto leveling. And the auto leveling system is
leveling's such a pain in the ass otherwise.
Well, my other printer's got auto leveling, but because I'm on an 8-bit board, I can't use more than 4 points of accuracy for the auto level. So it's pretty good, but it's not great. This one has a button, and you pop a little attachment on it, and it knows exactly how big the attachment is, and then it promptly measures 27 points on the bed, and then just that's it, done. Took about a minute, and they say redo it once a month. So, but this is the point. We've had about 2 years now of proper consumer grade 3D printers, so they know what.
Also,
people
there's been a
want.
lot of demand, and a lot of demand means there's been a lot more a lot more pull on 3D printing in general, which means there's more reason for the market to iterate on their designs and go, well, we should improve that, save money, and make that better.
Well, it's been a bit like the sort of scooter market. It's suddenly exploded because it's gone from a really, really difficult and awkward thing to pretty easy for most people. And when it hits pretty easy for most people, at that point, you have the casual 3D printer market. So I am not joking. 20 minutes to set up. Pop the SD, calibrated it, pop the SD card in, hit test print, and then it did it perfectly. First time, I had to do nothing. It was utterly flawless. So very impressed. I mean, it's not.
Does it take your print? I want to say ink. It's not ink, is it?
It takes
your
the same. Yeah, filament. There's 2 types of. There's 2 sizes of filament. 1.75 and 2.75, and 2.75 is where you're printing, things the size of a desk. Like, that's a very rare thing, but there's literally only 2 sizes.
Oh, wow.
I'm here for you to winch if you need me.
I'm making it. It's doing good. Yeah, sweet. Who's Ballaby?
I don't know. Sorry, when Tad comes, we'll kick someone if we want Tad in. I don't know if we do.
You do that, you're really struggling on that mud.
No, I'm just going slowly because we are
Cautious.
So that's the fuel trailer, isn't it? That we
Service.
But it's empty though, unfortunately. If it's a service trailer with repair points, I might. Wait, how do we put repair points back in a trailer?
Dunno.
Take the garage, maybe? I mean, it's like when you go and get repaired, isn't it? It's one of those places where you go and get repaired, and I'm assuming you take that there and it gets points back?
No, I can only take from it. I can only repair vehicles with that. I can't. Scout needs repairing. Wow, you both need repairing.
I took a few.
Only
points,
a tiny weenie.
I mean, I could.
5 points.
I mean, I could take that one. I've got the right hitch for it. I don't know if there's any particular point. I can't tell what's in it.
Just repair points, right?
Well, I don't know. Oh yeah, 1,500 repair points, 8 wheels, no fuel.
Gotcha. I'm not sure if I can grab it. Honestly, if I can get it.
No, you only have a scout hitch.
Oh, okay. So I can't grab that.
No, mine's not a scout. I mean, you might be able to. I don't know if there's any crossover, but I don't think so.
No suitable trailer to attach.
Yeah. I won't bring it. I mean, if it all goes wrong for us, what I'll do is I'll recover, come through again, and I'll bring it with me because we have to go past this way anyway. And then we'll all be caravanners. Sand is the worst, though. See you, Samson. I will make sure you send.
Left here.
If you're still there, Samson, send me that STL file and I'll print it out.
What's an FTL file?
STL. I don't know what it stands for. STL is it's not standard template language. That's something else. But yeah, it's the standard pre-format for 3D printing, and then you get G-code, which is the mostly standard post format for 3D printing, but that's printer specific, whereas STL is printer agnostic. And then you get OBJ, which is printer atheist, because you can't print that stuff.
So repair the truck thing around the corner here.
Why?
You got that one?
Oh, I was curious to see if we could do that one in passing, actually. Oh, I should have brought the maintenance trailer with me. But yeah, basically, I've realised that I've got, I don't know, 200 plus hours of printing this minifig stuff. So I was like, you know what? I've definitely got my money's worth from the first printer. I really, really, really have. So I'm happy to get another one. It's definitely not something that I'm like, you know what? This was a silly hobby and I'm bored of it. It's not like Scalextrics or something. So I think I'm happy to upgrade, even though my upgrade is cheaper than the first printer I bought.
I've got this truck, I'm not sure, but if you go left around, it's much easier, by the way. Sorry, right, instead of the around the water. I mean, just go straight through the water.
Banzai! Oh. It was like Banzai, but very slow.
Banzai! Oh, I've used 40 litres. No, I've used a lot more than that. 60 litres of fuel.
So what does this truck need? Just to repair?
Yeah, it needs another 420. I've got 400, but...
That's probably why I didn't do it. Repair, source, target. God, if you finish it off, that gets us a vehicle. Hooray! Money!
Yeah.
XP! I like the quest.
22 repair points left.
Yeah, well, that's... I mean, obviously the objective is always to do quests. Shall we take the route that's not straight through the middle of the horror? Let's do that. Incidentally, with no force feedback, I'm not getting any problems in the menus because obviously my steering wheel isn't turning. It's just rock solid.
You want to go to the right, I presume, right?
Yeah, I was just glancing at the chat while steering. Never text and drive, people. So yeah, at least 2 of the fixes they put in have been important and good. So I'm always pleased to see that. And I had a meeting earlier with the guy in charge of this game I'm working on. And I said, oh, we should release on Stadia. And he's like, Stadia, isn't that a flop? It doesn't work. And then the artist was like, Stadia is fucking brilliant. And he's like, is it? I thought it was crap. I'm like, no, Stadia is so good. I didn't... And then he linked me a video from the Washington Post, you see. And basically, at the Washington Post, they said, look how laggy Stadia is on our high-speed internet connection. And I'm like, holy shit, that's awful. Like, they press jump and the character would jump 2 seconds later. And I'm like, right. And then they said, but it runs fine on our mobile phones. I'm like, do you mean your internet connection is fucking saturated in your 500-person office, you bunch of morons?
Can I go around it?
Why aren't you going through?
Because it gets very close to the top of my scout.
So?
No.
Oh god, too deep! No, actually it's fine. Noobs! If you wait a sec, let me get a bit further. But yeah, essentially I have been genuinely impressed with how good Stadia is. Because I'm a quote-unquote hardcore PC gamer, it's not really for me. I've got a high-end video card. If you were someone that didn't, on the other hand, this is just amazing.
But that's the thing, isn't it? It's the when you're not at home but you still want to play games
Yes.
sort of thing.
Yes.
Because then you can't play your save games, you play someone else's save
Well, you
games.
can if you use Stadia as your default platform.
Brain, not brawn.
Max, I can't winch onto you. Why not?
Because I'm really pulling on the winch.
I'm winch. Are you not attached to me though?
Yes, I am.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Noom, 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 noom.
There you are.
It's fine.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, Malcolm, you're all like, oh, look at me, I went around. Your truck is fucking filthy, whereas mine is clean and shiny.
Mine's covered in plenty of mud.
It's
Just show how
all
manly it is.
It's all about
Yeah, this hasn't got raised suspension, so
Wow, this is muddy.
straight on here. Are we going right up here?
Yeah.
No, left. Hard left.
sorry.
Hard
Going
left.
left here, are we?
Hard left.
Wherever it is on the map, that means go left on the map.
Hard left, 100. Over jump. Don't cut.
Long right.
Maybe.
No, I'll go through them.
Whoa, physics! Physics happened there.
Right, I'm out of the spawn bit.
Huh. Yeah.
Oh, tarmac. Glory.
Are we going? Which way are we going? We want to go right? Actually, there's a watchtower to the
no.
right, isn't there?
No, I don't think so. Not an
Yeah, there's a-
Oh, are you actually in the lake? Oh, I don't know. I've never been there.
No, not really.
Give us a sec. I'm hoping the force feedback is going to fix itself as I go between levels. Just realised you guys should all have picked my vehicles because if we get kicked off, you'll have to do the whole thing again.
There's a watchtower this way you haven't got.
Okay, let's just get out of the way of Max. Stop engines.
Well, what's there we haven't got?
Yeah, I haven't got any of the watchtowers in this area.
Really? Look, they're all covered up, uncovered for me.
They
No.
shouldn't be because because I've got them on mine, but he hasn't got them on his.
Yeah, so I don't have any of them. I literally have. I think, yeah, I haven't got any.
Okay. That's weird. I've got them all.
That means you've got them in
Oh,
your
this is
game.
the Island Lake we're talking about.
Yes. Oh, yeah, yeah.
No, hold on, wait a minute.
Is it Drummond Lake or whatever it's called?
Yeah, we can see where all the watchtowers are, but we specifically haven't got them. Yeah, we're on Island Lake.
Yes, I've got. Yeah. I thought we were talking about the previous map. Sorry, being dense.
So I'm just going to wait for Malcolm to get some. I mean, I'm quite surprised no one's got this one before, given that this one is on a road. Oh wait, he's slowly slowed down.
All right. It's a big bit of water the other side of this, though.
Max, you're probably most capable, so if you want to head for the south one,
Roger.
and then they're both of you head back after that one, and then we'll head west. But as a team. First person to get stuck, I will come and help. What's that big thing next to the watchtower, by the way? Oh, is that actually the watchtower? Okay, yeah, that's the physical watchtower. So there may be upgrades that appear when you.
I think I've been over here and got an upgrade. There's a pretty horrible one there. There you go.
Upgrade. There we go. But it's okay. Let's. Oh, we can get all of the. Fuel carrier trailer with an exclamation mark over it. Can you grab No Country for Old Truck?
Oh yeah, that's the one I got. You know the really long one.
Yeah,
that's the one I had, which requires a lot of repair, by the way.
Great! If only we had bought that repair truck we left behind.
Yeah.
Tad, what time are you getting here?
It needs a lot. It needs like 650 or was it 800 or something.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's just stuck in water, and I'm scared to. I could actually get around that way. I think.
That's right.
I'm gonna grab the quest and then kind of go back for that one.
Don't worry about the upgrade. We can get those together. There is also a fuel carrier trailer that I could get if we need to. That's Max doing. He's moving slowly but surely. I'm just waiting for
I have eyes on the watchtower.
his icon just to go bonk onto its side. There's a scout.
Adam, that truck there is the one that I was doing all the.
Yes, it's the twin steer. Yeah, it's glorious. Yeah. Just crap. So if you head back down to me, then we'll head west together.
I'm getting low on fuel. I can refill my fuel. Is there any fuel?
Me.
Yeah,
of
course you.
I am
I am
fuel. I've spent 100 litres of fuel so far, but I have
Nice to meet you, fuel.
I have 800 left. Plus there is a fuel
Yeah, I've spent 100 as well.
There's 2 fuel carriers I've seen so far. Max has just been past a scout fuel carrier.
Oh, I can carry that then.
Yeah, I mean,
tow that one across.
The thing is, sometimes what you need to do is have an evening where all you do is you just drive fuel from one side of the level to the other.
Manoeuvring assets.
Is that the term?
I don't know. Sounds feasible.
Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, Max, if you grab the scout fuel carrier on the way back, then.
Okay. I just went past it, did I?
You did went past it. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, fine.
We're watching it close. There we go. Oh, and there's a sideboard semi. Oh, wait, the sideboard semi has fuel. Okay. But yeah, on the way back, just on your left, is a trailer store, and in the trailer store is a
What's that?
thing. Hunter's Bob's Bridge. I'll grab Hunter's Bob's Bridge, and then Malcolm, I think on the second of the turnings is the one that we'll meet at. Now I've been setting in the map while you're doing that. Now it's just telling me all the things that I've achieved. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna get Hunter's Bob's Bridge because I have a sneaky suspicion we will need to do that one.
Hunter Bob's Bridge.
Yeah, but it just says quest activated, but not what I do. Let's try again. Show task.
Back on that road.
Start tracking. Right, wooden planks and wooden planks. Unfortunately, we don't have anything capable of carrying wooden planks because I bought fuel instead.
Right, I'm going to nick some fuel from you, I think, because I'm on 11
that's what I'm
litres.
here for. Just sip from mother's teat. So,
Can you refuel me, please?
Refuel.
Blub, 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 blub. Thank you. Yeah, I've got. I'm carrying a load with me, but I can't refill it.
Okay, now.
So I'm not sure if you ever could, if you find some material.
There was an image someone linked earlier of a woman breastfeeding on a bench, and underneath it's just constant gifs of Homelander. It's just yeah. Again, if you've not seen Boys,
where are you heading?
To the west one, not that one.
I'll do you either.
Pretty sure all those ones are impossible. There's a massive fuel tanker there. And hey, Tad.
You're
not, hello.
Yeah, are you coming to join us?
Will I not be able to?
Yeah, you should. You'll be able to.
And oh, it's thinking real hard.
So the patch fixed the overloading fuel issue. It was an issue when the client was in Imperial or metric and the server was in not the same unit of measurements. They were passing a 1 rather than an abstracted number because they are absolute idiots. Looks like we need to bring a lot of wooden planks to this place. But mostly this is an unlocking mission.
Well, I've still got some problem. I'm trying to refuel from my roof rack to my main vehicle, and I can't. I've done one pass, and now second pass. Like, nope, you can't do it anymore.
So are you guys in litres or gallons?
L per minute. So I'm doing litres.
Stop.
I'll go left here.
Litres. Left.
Left. Malcolm, please finish his sentence. Only a fool.
Well,
No, only a fool.
Only a fool would stop their car when there's traffic behind them without checking the rearview mirror.
That's not the saying. I had to stop because a fucking child ran out in front of me. You've taken the wrong turning as well.
I mean, I was heading for this giant fuel carrier.
That's cool. Suckle from
this one.
Suckle from father's teat then, and then come back.
Is there a car you want me to bring along?
I would possibly suggest the F750 because the twin steer is on this level and it'd be kind of cool to get it repaired.
Yes, it is a very good truck.
Well, I'd just like to have it.
Completely ridiculous.
I'd like to have all the trucks.
Right, so are we meeting up at you? Where you are? I don't know where we're going.
if you come to me, if you bring the scout fuel
You sound
trailer,
like you're
come
going
to me.
Yorkshire then. I'm meeting up
Come-
to yours.
Come up to me.
Yeah.
Up to milk.
Head,
Lad.
head north, then head east at Hunter's Board Bridge, and then take a left, past Tough Negotiations. No, I'm too far north for Tut. Tut is Sheffield. So, where I'm from, it is, the phrase I like, the engineer is here to fix the photocopier. Sheffield is Tut engineer is here to fix Tut photocopier. But where I am, I'm so far north, they don't use the definitive article. So they say, engineers here to fix photocopier. And it's like, use the definitive article. Don't just skip the entire word. What are you doing, you Philistines?
Nice.
You don't understand, Tad. You don't understand what it's like up here. They wear shorts in very cold weather.
Well, this is what I was saying to you. You're like 20 degrees of shorts. No, it's not.
5 degrees is shorts.
Yeah, I'm a little south of that. But we have that in America too.
5 degrees is shorts.
I honestly someone at work who wears shorts all year round. Well, it's not cold enough for
And
shorts.
do you want me to go get Bridge the Gap as well?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, mostly, I'm here more for support than actual action. Primarily, I'm here to help.
Yes.
Well, mine's not a scout. Mine's a truck with 900 litres of fuel and a can-do attitude.
Mine's a scout with 900 litres of fuel. So, yay me.
Your one falls over a lot.
Yes.
It's
Mine's like a
always,
drunk person on a
it's
party night.
always a drawback.
Right.
Player Tad Forever has joined the game.
Yeah.
What are you going
I
to
had
do?
to update Epic.
So, if you change your name, not only have you got to change your nickname in every game ever, but also your nickname will have been a lie. Have you ever thought about that?
What, this nickname or the one I would change to?
Well, if you changed your nickname to, like, Super Bob, that means that Tad was not forever and you
Super
lied.
Bob.
Have you thought about that?
But-
Have you thought about your imminent lies?
Well, I know my gamer tag is the way it is.
Malcolm, where you go?
Just to check out Lumber Mill for you.
Lumber Mill.
Check up Lumber Mill.
There's trouble.
I was looking to see if you had
No,
your
it's
750 out,
There's
and
trouble.
it doesn't look like it.
There's trouble at Mill. Now we've got an Acetone International Lodestar 1700 and a Scout 800. Because one of them is awesome, and the other two are apparently because the people driving them don't know any better.
I mean,
Alright, so 750.
I could bring my co-op.
my
Okay, maybe you know a little bit better. So, as I mentioned in the chat earlier, I had to drop my car off to the garage today. So I went to Bradford. So Bradford is...
Bradford, not Bradford, it's Bradford.
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 It's a T, it's a T.
I make no judgments, but I will state 3 facts, all of which are true. Bradford has
they wouldn't be facts if they weren't true, right?
Bradford has the highest Muslim population in the country. Bradford is the youngest city by average age in the country by a long way. Actually, 4 facts. Bradford has the highest rate of car crime in the country by an enormous factor. Bradford has the highest rate of COVID infection. So I had to go to a petrol station. Signs everywhere. Wear a mask, social distancing, wear a mask. 3 staff, 4 punters, and me. Guess how many people were wearing masks in the worst hit area in the country?
1.
1. It was me, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand. This is honestly, it's not figuratively the worst, it's literally the worst. So yeah, I was very, very surprised. And now I'm like, well, maybe I know why it's the worst. But yeah, it's an interesting set of demographics in Bradford. It has a huge Indian population that was brought in the mid-60s for textile mills. And they've all closed down. All textile mills have closed down. So because it was essentially a massive imported workforce in the 60s, that is why they're all so young. And also why they're all not white, because it's literally like an entire imported community 40 years or 60 years ago.
The Windrush generation.
No, Windrush. Well, I guess
Windrush was Jamaica, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just,
Well,
yeah,
for NHS, wasn't it?
yeah, but it's
Nursing.
it's a similar sort of thing, but this was a private operation for textile mills. So it's a very
Food's
very,
really good
very,
over there.
very odd demographic. This place, but yeah, the COVID infections is weird. I live 6 miles, 7 miles from Bradford, and the Bradford. crime rate is so bad that 7 miles away it affects my car insurance. It is, and I'm not joking when I say it's the worst crime rate in the country. It is hugely awful. And you just Google videos, basically people stealing cars in Bradford. Guys, they nicked an Audi and spent 3 days razzing up and down the wrong way down the dual carriageways before they dumped it. Yeah. But, as I said, very surprised at the approach to masks in that place. You think where it's a place where, like, per capita more people have died than anywhere else.
You're surprised. Some of us aren't surprised.
I want to
There's a saying us Southerners use about the Northerners.
Fucking
Maybe I shouldn't
northern
repeat it on
monkeys.
stream.
Wow. Oh, I can't believe you said that.
No.
As far as I'm concerned, both of you are northerners.
Rubbish.
Why?
Because you're from the north of where
slightly
I'm
south.
from. I'm from
Only slightly south.
56
Slightly.
miles south.
Technically, I'm
latitude.
half German, so I mean, you're a northerner, half northerner.
Wait. Oh, I don't know if that's true. I don't know quite along the long lines where Cornwall matches up. Hey, Black Diamond Gaming. Hello. We were just talking about delicate racial issues without being racist as much as we can.
I'm going the wrong way.
Well, let's think. Well, now you are. Yeah, we may have to do bridge the gap then, or no, let's.
Yeah, the bridge you need to. You
Okay.
can't go across there.
Then let's go down to that one.
Oh,
So
you go down, what's down here to the right? Oh, down here to the right.
The
looks
delicate
interesting.
internal indelicacy is northern born and northern bred, strong in the arm and thick in the head.
I haven't heard that.
I've never heard that.
That's
no.
awesome. You should come here and say it to people.
Yeah, I've watched it out people on the telephone, so if they try and send me a punch down the phone. They're really nice people, but
yeah.
they can't get the idea of holding a bloody mask.
I'm gonna get that watchtower.
You get that watchtower, yeah. Well, I've had chats with various people about COVID, and Todd, my artist, he's not quite, I don't believe it's real or it's not that bad, but he lives in the middle of rural fucking nowhere. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm sure it is fine. I've been slightly paranoid, but I am literally from the worst hit areas of the country. So I chatted with a friend of mine, he's like, oh, come down, it's fine. Yeah, it's all good here. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it is fine where you're from. It's not fine here. London was very badly hit. Cornwall has had virtually nothing at all. So it really, really depends where you're from. I don't know about your guys' area at all. Areas.
Well, I've got that watchtower. There's literally nothing there.
But the BBC basically did an article showing all of the council areas that are getting marked as areas of concern. It might as well just be a map of my local area. And I was like, oh, yeah. But not literally where I live. My particular
At least you're
suburb
on
is
the
fine.
map now.
Well, I said I live next to a place called Belle Isle. Belle Isle is the most not depraved. That's a deprived area of the country.
Depraved.
Yeah, it's got Pornhub.
So it's genuinely the highest, lowest average income, highest unemployment, highest crime rate sort of thing. And so that potentially affects it a bit. God. So that's why I have personally been quite paranoid, because I am in the middle of an affected area, whereas lots of other places, I'm sure lots of people are going, well, what's the point? It hasn't really come here. Cornwall hasn't been very affected because it's obviously very, very remote, and we weren't allowed to travel. So I've been well behaved, and then of course the second wave is rolling in, and
Oh yeah. Don't lie. The government won't have it. There is no second wave. We're not allowing it.
well, yeah. But I'd say the weird thing is, so in America they got a bunch of physics majors at a university to do the viral modelling for, I can't remember which university it was, one specific one, and they said, oh, basically, it will be fine. And then they kind of said, we've studied physics for 10 years, honestly, virology's not that hard, which is, to a degree, true. I mean, this is simple, basic maths. But they didn't take into account that, get this, in their statistical model, they forgot to take into account that students share dormitories in a university and also go to parties together. So they didn't bother with that bit. And I think the university remained open for about 4 days before it shut again. So, good job. I think it's 45 schools across the UK have already closed because they're saying more than 3 children in a year group get COVID. They close the whole group. It's like 3? Like, oh, only 2 people.
3 separate bubbles.
No, well, only 2 people are sick. It's fine. Carry on.
3? Ah!
Yeah, it's just one of those. I'm surprised the number's not 1, really. But yeah, as I said, I'm very glad I'm not in charge, as I wouldn't like to try and balance the economy versus the cost of human life.
Something's buggered here. I can't take fuel out of my roof rack.
Can you take? If you come to me, I will.
Now I can.
You're welcome.
What did you do?
I turned the camera around and looked at you.
That's weird. Now I can't again. Okay, fine.
Oh, well, if you come to me, I will. I probably can, or hopefully I can. What about you, Tad? Where are you? I've forgotten where you're from. I'll say Vancouver. How is it there in Vancouver?
Virginia, and close enough.
All the Americans in Virginia.
So hold on. Let's look. Refuel. So my sources are small fuel carrier, me, my roof rack. So I can't select your scout curve, but I can target.
I'm trying to take from my roof rack and put it into my main, scout.
Yeah. So I can't target your roof rack, but I can target you.
Okay. Well, I got. Oh, see, now I'm full. Okay.
Yeah, I just put fuel in.
Can I put my roof rack into you? I wonder.
Should be able to.
Wait, there we go. There you go. Enjoy.
Wait, where did you put it?
Into the TUS 16 Axion.
It's not a question you want to ask.
What do you think? How much fuel do you think the TUS 16 Axion has?
80 out of 110.
Okay, yeah, that seems to work.
Rather than the actual fuel carrier on the back, which has got 900 and 900, which I would be stupid to try and put fuel into. Although I don't think the game actually stops you because it's not that clever.
But yeah, say for people in New York, they were hiring refrigerated trucks from local hire companies and keeping corpses in them to burn them at makeshift crematoriums overnight. That's the level it got to. I want to say Michigan.
That's
I'm
New York.
Not sure. Well, but I think it was Michigan. They hit triage. So they hit the point where someone would come to the hospital for emergency treatment, and they would send them away to die because the hospitals are full. That's the real kicker about this. It's not COVID. It's dealing with COVID patients and then not being able to deal with normal patients. You have a choice. And when all your ICU beds are full. Well, yeah, that's the issue. That's
NHS, isn't it? It's NHS. You're judging with an NHS skew on it. If I turn up in America to a hospital, I'd expect to get seen to because I've got an NHS.
Right,
and
but
I just pay for it all.
Yeah.
But if I was like Native American or whatever you call it,
Native American.
if I was born in America, which would make me Native American.
Yeah.
Or maybe it wouldn't.
Ooh,
no, that's not how that works.
That's a fascinating. Well, I'm a native Englishman. Absolutely.
If you're born in a shed, does that make you born in a stable? Does that make you a horse? Yeah.
Anyway,
the point is, in America, you have to pay for your. If you're American, you have to pay for your healthcare. So you turn up at hospital and they're like, "Well, how much are you gonna give us?"
Well, not quite. I mean, it's all done.
That might be like, right, I can't afford to get my COVID sorted out. I'm gonna go die in a corner
and stick you with a very large bill.
Well, I mean, it's all done retroactively via your insurance, and there's a whole complicated stuff on copay.
Assuming you have insurance,
which virtually everybody does if they've got a job.
It's an absolute con.
Anyway,
because you have to work to get insurance. So if you're old and you want to retire, you can't.
Well, that's the point of Medicare or Obamacare, as
which has been cancelled.
No, it hasn't. It's just been quietly renamed. Should we go for this one to the left, by the way? This watchtower. Just dump your fuel there. Let's go get that one. My point is, if you turn up to a hospital in Michigan at the peak of the crisis here, they can't see you.
I've not bothered.
They don't have any hospital beds. And I think we went over this. So the USA has 320 million people that live in the USA. How many ICU beds do you think they've got? In your heart, how many should they have? Like, in your heart, how many simultaneously critically ill people can the US healthcare system
It's
deal
a
with?
matter of what you build at the time for the area that the hospital's built in.
No,
so
the
normally
whole of the US.
One ICU.
The
Yeah,
whole
but that's stupid. I don't know what
Yeah.
number to even grapple with.
But like, what?
Oh my god.
But what number would you feel like if there was I don't know,
That bug's still in the game.
a radioactive
One,
leak or
one,
something?
1/10%.
1/10%, 320,000. Is that right? No, 1/10%, 32,000. 1/10%.
I don't know.
That's-
I mean, I don't build hospitals on a regular basis.
I mean,
I think you'd have one ward with 10
On a
beds in it or
regular
something.
basis.
my point there. I mean, you're actually
Yeah.
not
We do
far.
occasionally.
You're actually not far off, but you're
games, yeah.
but you're miles too high.
Yeah.
Ironically, but yeah, it's 22,000. That's it. That's all the ICU beds in the whole of the US. 22,000. So
Is that worse than the UK?
Oh yeah, the UK is fucking horrible. Like, Cornwall has got, I think it's 11 to serve several million people. But you don't need that many ICU beds. We've never developed our healthcare systems with large numbers of ICU beds because we just,
Yeah, 'cause there's never been anything worth sort of doing it for.
never needed it for. Yeah, but it means that say
They're
if you,
expensive.
yeah, and when you have too many people sick with COVID, you can't deal with heart attacks or cancer or car crash victims or those things. That's the real knock-on effect. It's not the direct one. It's the the healthcare system
blocking everything else.
collapsing. And I was genuinely surprised when I looked it up. I would have assumed in my heart the USA would have had 3.2 million ICU beds at any point. It could deal.
Because that almost sounds like any bed could be an ICU bed, but it's not, is it?
Well, that means that would mean that in 1%, which is not a big number, 1% of the population could get critically ill at any one time, and the system could cope. And obviously, you can use an ICU bed for normal purposes. That would have been my guess, and I was genuinely shocked to find what a low number it was, because it's not something you need. Hence, we don't have that many ventilators. We just don't need that many ventilators.
Luckily, they found that ventilators aren't exactly the best choice for that.
Yeah, there's been some recent breakthrough. They turned out it's not a respiratory disease; it's a circulatory disease, and we actually
Really?
yes, but it presents as a respiratory disease. But we probably have drugs that will already fix it, and a whole bunch of trials. And
Steroids, they're trying. Common cheap steroids, it's amazing.
yeah.
They're like, this works. Like, wow, how did you find that?
They've tried. Well, they've got to the point where they're like, "Look, you're going to die. We can't do anything. Shall we try this on you? Yeah, go for it." Oh god, that works. Or that did nothing.
It used to be the case in America.
Wait, Malcolm, what was that you just got?
What do you mean? What I just got?
You just got an upgrade. What was it for?
I didn't.
That
get
was
an
me,
upgrade,
and it was an engine for
Yeah.
scouts.
Which
Scout-
which
Oh, cool.
I think I already had it probably then because I didn't see anything flash on my screen. I'm getting you a vehicle, by the way. I'm just dragging it home. Oh, 4 litres of fuel. Let's get some more.
And they did not fix the fuel thing.
Partially.
Yeah, I
Just
think.
put all my fuel in the Twin Star,
Right,
and then it
fuel.
all
Ah,
vanished
shit.
into the ether.
Did you put the fuel in the Twin Star by jabbing the button, or just by jabbing?
Yes.
Yeah, don't do that. We already know that one. The issue was a wrap over issue.
Yeah, I heard it.
Forgot I don't have any fuel. Ah, shit. I'm about to be
It
dead.
was quite hilarious hearing that reason.
Let me
Like,
just-
really?
Where are you, Malcolm? Right, nah. What? Great. Let's ignore him.
I'm so close to getting you a vehicle.
Top gear rules, man.
Yeah.
Does the vehicle you're dragging have any fuel in it?
No.
Does the vehicle you're driving have any fuel in it?
No.
Well, we'll meet you. We'll carry on this
We've got
way.
all the fuel.
Yeah, man. I have enough fuel to do a proper gender reveal party, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, I have as well.
Nice.
Several
Oh man,
times over.
that meme is not going away. it's like
As it shouldn't.
yeah, like pictures of Pompeii and stuff. Meteorite impacts. It's a boy.
What the fuck happened there? The vehicle just-
The lady that came up with the idea is telling everybody, "Stop it!
Yeah, that works.
You started this, lady. This is all your fault."
Yeah. And now we're gonna milk it to death.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. When someone comes up with something new like that, there's a huge market to
Overdo it.
to satisfy them. Yeah, well, that's good money. Why people are not going to stop it as long as there's money in it.
Yeah.
So a colleague of mine was off today with flu-like symptoms.
I thought you said with a gender reveal party.
with flu-like symptoms, and he's got when it went to 8 o'clock. That's apparently when they basically released all the new places you can actually go and get tested, tests because he needs to go and have a test.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's had a look, and this is in the centre of Oxford, right? Yeah. The nearest place they suggested
Newcastle.
is Aberdeen Airport. Drive-in
Fucking
only.
hell.
112 slots available though.
There's no bugger going to go there.
Aberdeen is north of me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Aberdeen's in
North of everybody.
Scotland.
The thing is, what's actually happened there is Aberdeen have overspec the amount of tests. So that's what's happened. They've only got spare ones. They're not actually suggesting you go there. That's just the first one with anything left. Because
another colleague of mine in Swindon, he was told to go to Edinburgh. That's basically.
I think they should actually just say, sorry, there's nothing within blah blah miles. Not saying, oh, you can head to Edinburgh.
50, 25. To be honest, that's the other thing. It's like, yeah, just go and drive up to Edinburgh, taking potential coronavirus with you, and
just stop at every service station on the way and give it to
every
everyone you
single
meet.
service station. Yeah, shake the hands of people.
Make sure you cough at everyone as well.
Give them a lick.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Anyway.
I can't wait till this is over and I can just lick strangers again.
It was the highlight of my day.
Windows.
Wait, you stopped?
I did. Where I am, as I said, where I am is not a good place. I don't want to risk giving them.
Licking anyone else's windows.
I
Cows don't mind.
Windows are fine.
They might lick you back.
Have you
Only
ever
a
seen
little.
a cow?
Have I ever seen a cow?
Like up
really?
close?
Yes.
They're bloody huge.
I'm not sure I'd ever want to lick one.
No, it's a bit filthy.
Filthy.
I will look you.
Yeah.
Filthy.
They are.
Don't mock him. He's from
Those
Essex.
filthy cows.
Filthy cat. Literally, I was going through a field last night and the cows were all piled.
I was going through a field last night.
Yeah, on my bike. That's what you do. You're mountain biking.
He was ploughing a
looking through
field.
farmers'
Wink,
fields.
wink.
What's her name?
Yeah, Bessie.
Oh dear.
I was riding my
But,
bike through a field.
all of the cows were queued up right round the gates, but you had to just shoo them away from the gate.
Waiting for coronavirus tests.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Or maybe we fed, I don't know which. It's just weird. They were just all the way at the point where you want to go steaming through.
Wait, Are those cows carnivores? Is that what they're expecting you to fall off your bike?
I think
Maybe.
you'll find cows. No, cows are
Omnivores?
herbivores. No, horses are omnivores. Have you never seen the footage of the horse? It's just eating shit off the ground, and a little baby chick runs past, and the horse just eats it. It just hoovers it up into its mouth.
yeah.
It's like, oh god. So
back
I
a
mean, down in Cornwall, we always had, oh, ha ha, blah blah blah, cow tipping, ha ha ha. In reality, if you just walk up to a cow and shove it, all that happens is you go, wow, cows are really heavy.
Yeah,
You're like, oh good, I've just pushed on 2 tons. You can't push a cow over.
yeah, and they're just going, start having a fucking go at you. They'll run after you. Like, oh,
Well,
don't do that.
I mean, a friend of mine found this out the hard way because he was walking home a little bit pissed one night, walked into a cow in a field, just went smack. It's just like walking to the side of a house, he described it. They're just big, solid masses of tasty beef.
Yeah. Aberdeen Angus.
I don't think we get Cornish cows.
They're full of corn?
No. What?
Oh.
We'll go
That sounds
around.
like meatish cows.
We'll go around in a loop, by the way, which should get us the watchtower and everything mapped.
I'm already here.
Where are you?
Oh, those watchtowers.
Yes. None of them were done, so we've had quite a lot to do.
And I'm almost out of gas. Ugh.
Eat more beef. No, beans, that's it. More beans.
Or beef.
More beef. More fat.
Or just carbon dioxide.
Yep. I think the thing that annoys me the most is the fact that options are off the table, even though I wouldn't want to take them. If what the point is the options aren't on the table anymore because of COVID, that's the real annoying thing about this, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people have whined that I can't do this and I can't do that, and I'm like, I kind of want
normally
to.
do that.
But I kind of want to go to the cinema, but I'm like, I'm not that fussed. If there's a year of my life where I didn't go to the cinema, I'm like, all right, but I get.
Money saved.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's always a positive, yeah. But, I get to live. I definitely don't get any long-term lung effects. I definitely don't give my mum it, all of those sort of things. So, I'm mildly inconvenienced at most. I mean, I missed Dave's son's christening, obviously, because that was cancelled. Yeah. So, things like that. But, I'll catch up with Dave and we'll reminisce instead. But it's not. My mum's pissed. My mum is properly pissed that everyone has not socially distanced. My mum is 83, I think, and she reckons she might have 10 years left. And she's so pissed off that one of the last 10 years of her life she's had to spend at home watching television. She doesn't want to. So, I think my mum has a valid complaint about really wanting to do stuff, but also wanting to live her last 10 years out, which is quite important. So, but for all the young people, going out and doing raves and shit, like, dude, you've got 30 years of your life to do this. Just stop. And I said before, I feel awesome wearing a mask. I feel like a bandit. If you wear sunglasses and a hat, you can go out and meet your secret spy girlfriend in a cafe in Belgium and exchange secret documents, and no one would know. I think that's important. It's good to look on the positives of this whole terrible situation.
Si, did you run out of gas?
Yes, he did.
I ran out of fuel.
Well, actually,
I'm guessing this runs on diesel.
I think all the trucks here run off diesel.
That's the thing. Hold on, I've got a point here.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on, before we do
Gasoline.
that. No, wait. Tad, in the bottom left, what is it? What is the letter on the front of the
F.
F, and F stands for gas, does it?
That's in America.
And does gas mean diesel?
F.
Diesel means diesel.
Diesel. Oh, right. So why did you ask?
what's-
What gas is
Yeah,
it?
what's gas oil? I thought that was diesel.
Gas oil?
I thought that was diesel.
I don't know what gas oil is. I don't.
You got the same problem I have, Tad.
Quite frankly, I'm not even sure
What's that?
what diesel is off the top of my head.
What diesel is?
Yeah.
Just a different kind of fuel.
It's lower cracked. It's lower cracked in the those great big towers, basically.
So it's a lower crack hydrocarbon. It's still a lower crack hydrocarbon.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's petrol is higher, and obviously the higher you got the tower, the higher the octane, the higher the explosive.
What's below diesel? How do you put
Christine.
diesel?
Paraffin?
No, paraffin's. Oh, paraffin's way up. Paraffin's fucking awesome.
Yeah, paraffin's high.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do boats burn?
Crude oil.
It's not called crude oil. It's
I thought it was.
It's damn close. It's a
Heavy-
type of kerosene, isn't it?
heavy fuel oil. It's incredibly dirty, mind-boggling polluting, and you're not allowed to use it within about 50 miles of coastlines because it's so bad for the environment. So they use it all out in deep sea. So in international waters you use it. So basically they switch to diesel when they're near to land, and for the rest of it they are using this just awful thing, almost literally one step above crude oil, heavy fuel oil.
What? I want to refuel, but I'm not allowed.
This is also why they've been talking about electric airplanes, which is fascinating. There is currently no battery that will get you an airplane to take off from the air, fly to your destination and land. There just isn't. But there is a battery that's big enough to get you in the air and going. And at that point, you switch to diesel, or paraffin for the flight.
Not solar panels.
No, you wouldn't get enough energy. But
you wouldn't get enough.
You charge.
There is a solar powered.
There's a solar powered glider, pretty much. Yeah. But
It's massive, isn't it? It's really, really big.
So what they're talking about, an electric plane can take off at a much steeper angle, is silent when it turns off. Most of your fuel is burned in that initial burn upwards, like huge amounts of your fuel. So that all becomes electric, super efficient, and it means you can.
So you're saying hybrid airplanes?
Hybrid airplanes are really exciting.
There's only one problem with that.
Yeah.
I can think of. Sorry, I'm just being a pessimist.
Yeah.
So your airplane takes off from the runway. You go up to 10,000 feet. You then start the engines at 10,000 feet.
Well, no, you then
What if
start
they
you start the diesel generator at 10,000 feet.
Oh, I see. You wouldn't be a. Okay.
Wait, how do you,
I'm saying,
wait,
how
hold on.
stealth it?
How do you think they got to 10,000 feet? It wasn't up a ramp on wheels. You know, you just.
Yeah, I think it was a better. Oh, you see, you just slowly turn it on.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's they're also talking about
I'm gonna need
systems
some
where
help up that.
they
That's too
use.
steep with me.
That is crazy.
Bowser.
They're also talking about systems where they use a generator just to run the electric all the time. You know, looks like a Prius.
Like the car I drive.
The B-52, it's got 8 engines, and one of them's pure generator. It doesn't do anything but run the generator for the aircraft.
I think we get on this quite well actually. We got up this.
Oh God! Suddenly my vehicle stopped going forwards.
Yeah. Pink convoy.
But it's not fun the way you're going.
It's awesome. I love this rock. I love it so much.
Rocket's gonna... That rock doesn't love you. This truck carries 5 tires. That's ridiculous.
The F750 carries 8, by the way, if you spec it right. It's like 5 in one place, 3 in another, 1 in another.
Oh, visually, it's holding 5.
Pretty sure it's 8. Or is it? Am I right?
I don't doubt you, but I'm looking at it right now, and it looks like 5. That doesn't mean it's not 8.
Does it say, if you look at yourself on the map, it shows you how many repair points there? Do you have?
Oh
8?
yeah.
Do you have 8?
Hang on.
You have 8 wheel points off just 5.
Ooh, suspension for the Kodiak. Great.
Oh, awesome! I think I sold my Kodiak. It was shit.
Yeah, 8. You're right.
Shit on his parade.
Sorry.
No, I kept mine, but I haven't used it for anything because it is a bit shit.
Kodiak was
Although-
the one with only 4 wheels.
Single axle, yeah. It's got it's a dually. It's got the
It's got 2
extended
axles.
bag.
It'd be terrible to only have 1 axle. That'd be a motorbike.
It'd be a unicycle.
No, unicycle has no axles. Well, it has a hub. Yeah, it has no axle. It has a hub.
An axle has a wheel on the end of a stalk.
I don't know what an axle actually is. I think an axle is just something around which something rotates.
Yeah, I thought that was the shaft the wheels were mounted on.
Anyway, my point is,
Well,
a
the brakes, all that
unicycle
stuff.
doesn't have an axle. It has a hub.
Yeah. The bikes don't have hubs.
Well,
Because motorbikes don't have hubs, really.
yeah, motorbikes definitely have a hub. My one also has a shaft, but no axles.
Oh, it's got shaft driven.
Yeah. Schalke says, I was imagining the airplane would charge by wire while it ascends. And what then? Just the cable just chunks out and they just wheel the cable in. Done. Max out following me.
Missile cable.
Say what?
We're going to head north now.
Alright, I'm going the wrong way.
I'm wondering if that's a shortcut straight. So, like, should we if you look at the map, should we just head straight south back onto the road?
Let's have a look.
Oh my god, we've got it all. We've done it all. All apart from that upgrade.
Sweet.
And yeah.
South is that way. Oh, there's an upgrade over there. Yeah, a long way away. Tad, hold on.
Shall I refuel you?
I've used some of my Bowser, so I'm not completely screwed. Sorry.
Target. I know I'm range everywhere. What I was considering is coming back here with a bunch of wood.
I've done it. I've done it.
Not a bad idea.
Okay, so reversing that.
Hold on.
Do you have any parts left?
Parts. Repair.
So you could drop them off at the twin steer.
No, I'm out of parts. But what I'm suggesting is going back to the map. So we've got a log station, but I need something to carry. Actually, isn't there a? Wasn't there a trailer? Fuel carrier trailer. To be fair, we're going to start running out of fuel quite soon. The sideboard semi.
I'm alright.
Yeah, I know what you mean by running out of fuel.
I'm coming.
I don't. I've still got plenty of my Bowser behind me, and I think you've still got plenty in your truck, haven't you, Adam?
I do, yes.
I think there's a problem we're having. It's a glitch.
Are you doing? Oh my god, Tad.
Schalke, there has actually been a number of
What?
with
Did
I pass you?
Laser power.
No, you haven't gone anywhere. I know you haven't gone anywhere.
Haven't gone anywhere.
Oh shit! Where's my royal? Fuck's sake. Arse.
Was it deposited
Arse.
somewhere?
It's somewhere in a map. I hate this system so much.
It's not a good one.
Well, if you forget something, you can just go and get it. If I forget something, I can't. Right.
It's a minimum 30 seconds.
Yeah, but for me, I'd have to kick you all out, and then you all have to drive back. It's like half an hour. So, question: should I soup up the Western White Star, the Fleet Star, or the International Trans Star? I think of those.
Fleet.
The Fleet Star. Sure.
That one.
Yeah. Because that one carries both the crane and the flatbed, and you can still attach to trailers. It is the god truck somehow.
Okay. Tires. Time to get me some whopping great tires. Spare wheel.
I'm coming.
Yay!
Now, if this actually works is anyone's guess, but
It's the spirit.
Right, so I'm going to bring this one down to the lake then.
You might want to turn your engine off for the way.
Actually, I'm going to grab a drink and then I will.
do not steal my fuel.
I can hear the engine running in the axiom, by the way.
It's not. The signal was working again, so that's good. Well, it
Come
should
close to me. Come.
Feel free to jump into the Action and turn the engine off, and I shall be back in just one moment.
Literally, how much closer do you want me to be?
There you go,
It's
I'll give
touching
all the-
you.
I'll give you all the repair I can give you.
Oh.
This is my return.
Send all the repairs to the Twin Star.
So
I'm
from
good.
There to me. I have fuel. Thank you. Now I can do what I was doing.
What happens if I recover with this trailer on board? Does that recover the trailer as well, or does it throw the trailer in the bin?
Oh, the truck or the trailer does not like that.
It's not like what?
Oh, it was bouncing numbers around for a little while the server synced up to it.
I'm just wondering if I recover.
All right, I'm
will I lose
picking.
the trailer,
Tree.
guys.
Where are you
Where is it?
going?
I'm taking this just over here, which is what I was originally doing, just to hand it in, hopefully. Sorry, go on. Say it again.
So
X.
I'm just saying, if I recover my scout, will I lose the fuel bales I've got on the tow?
You can't recover with the trailer. You got to unattach it.
I just dump it.
Detach.
I see dump it sort of thing.
Unattach, same difference.
Unattach, deattach, detach.
Deattach.
Release.
Detach, isn't it? It's attach and detach.
Yeah,
Or,
Release.
I don't know quite the correct term.
from its
what was
mortal coil.
Mm.
it? Yes. I'm still using it to fuel my adventures, so... Adam's obviously recovered, so I'm wondering how I get back to somewhere... Where are we going next? Where should I take myself? We've got the watchtower, so what's the next quest? Because I'm getting...
Right.
concerned
This should
about the time.
be, if I'm correct, a vehicle. There you go.
Ooh.
Alright, the 750 is not bad, but I've put the most gas-guzzling engine possible on it.
Whoa, oh shit. That fuel barrels that pulled me... Oh, you bastard.
It flipped.
The fuel barrels has pulled me backwards over. I was trying to ascend rather a steep entry and the fuel barrels have just tipped me over. What a bastard.
It'll do that.
Yep. Well, I didn't want you to bring it this way, so... That's definitely, yeah... Bonk. That's my view right now. I can pitch myself onto the trailer. Can I physics myself out of this situation, I wonder? Can I go into space?
Find it.
Oh, I can't hitch the trailer. I can hitch the trailer on something else, but I can't hitch myself to the trailer.
I do like how you can send your winch through your trailer.
Yes.
So nice. Especially if you're, like, really long.
That visible winch points as well. That's really bloody helpful. I have to change truck to the Action, I think, which is just down the road here.
Si, were you going back to the Twin Star?
I'm not. I'm just testing something quickly with iOS 14. I'll be back in a sec.
I have returned.
Okay.
Shaka, feel free to chat, by the way, if you want to just sort of... We're not... it's not like only people in the game are allowed to chat or anything. Just feel free to weigh in. Because you asked about beaming power via laser. There's a spaceship. And they don't beam power to it. They literally ablate the surface of the spaceship with a laser, firing it upwards. And they've been working on it for about 10 years, and it's fucking amazing. But so... If you've played Fortress Craft, which I'm sure you all have, you'll notice I use the word ablation. And I use it correctly. To ablate something is to remove the surface of it via heat, via a laser. So this literally vaporizes the aluminium off the spaceship, causing essentially a tiny explosion and shoving it upwards. It is totally worth looking up the video on YouTube. It is absolutely amazing.
I just want the Orion lift system. Come on now.
Is that not the one?
Who doesn't want to get into space with
Space
nukes?
elevator, right?
No, that's getting into space with nukes.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, the one I'm suggesting is not a million miles away from that. Let's be honest. Like, it's really not. It's ludicrous and awesome.
Oh yeah. Just keep detonating small atomic explosions behind it. You'll get you going.
So, where I used microwave energy would be better than laser energy. Where I used to work at Codemasters was genuinely in the middle of nowhere, like absolutely middle of nowhere. But we needed a fast internet connection. So we had a microwave internet connection, which at the time was the fastest we could get. 25 megabits of microwave energy. The problem was there's only about half a dozen engineers in the country that are licensed to work on it, because it was a particularly unusual system. And about every
microwaves.
6 weeks or so, a pigeon would fly towards it, get cooked, die, and hit the dish and knock the alignment off. Because you can't have anything in the way. So yeah, it was a nightmare. It would cook birds, and it would require love, lots of love.
Adam, have you looked on Discord recently?
I just saw it.
Well, thankfully, there is an Axion right near you.
There is. Unfortunately, I don't know how to unfuck that.
With the Axion.
Yes, I'm saying I'm not sure how to unfuck it.
With the winch.
The action isn't above it. The action's below it. So that'll make it face it and have to do a 3-point turn again.
Well, yeah, but the Axion can solve everything.
Yeah, I could just recover it, but I'd lose the fuel bowser.
Yeah, so it's a long way to recover. I mean, see if what you can resolve with the Axion. I mean, it's a great try. I mean, I'm not sure how far I'm going to get before I need help, so one of you may have to resort back and help me anyway, but we'll...
I'm just exploring it at the moment for you.
Well, there's another upgrade to get, isn't there?
I will try and... It's where?
That is an upgrade in the middle south of the level, I recall. So I'm just looking at this 3D print I've done. I'm just so impressed with the quality of it. I really, really am blown away.
And the speed?
And the speed, yeah, absolutely. Like, super
So what
fast.
did you print on these little stands?
The default...
I've got nothing to compare it to.
So the default, it's a knurled knob. So it is a screw with a nut. But there's tiny, tiny bumps on the nut so you can grab it. And the thread is so good. I do admit it. So the thread is so good. Hold on. That's my thumb. If you can hear that, it just spins on the thread. That's how accurate the thread is.
Oh, the two are put together as one piece? Or are they two separate pieces?
They are two separate pieces, but they're so accurate. You can hear... I don't know if you can... No.
They're going together.
Yeah, but basically it's so well done. The nut is free spinning up and down the thread. And this is just one of their test bits, just to show off how accurate it is, and honestly blown away by how much printers have moved on in the last year. And as technology does, but I'm gonna print another minifig stand out on this printer and see how it goes, because I got my minifig stand up my first pass, and what you can't see in the photo is actually printed using 2 different batches of plastic from the same manufacturer. One of them is UV active and one of them isn't. So that's annoying. So now my minifig standards is under UV light is just this mishmash of black or bright, depending on whether or not it's. Oh fuck! I've gone the wrong way.
What the hell is Adam? Where are you?
I'm coming with the big new truck.
What
I figured out
the Twin Star, whatever it is.
No. I'm coming with the Fleet Star and a trailer.
Is that the one? Oh, okay.
Alright. It's a shame that I'm not like a pro streamer with loads and loads of those people watching, because what I would ask someone to do is to go back through every previous stream, and every time there's a sound effect followed by me shouting Dora, to just clip that in so we could do a supercut.
And I figured out what was causing the fuel to vanish.
Holes?
No, it's something very specific to the Ford 750.
You have...
I found fuel.
Um,
That's one motor.
Don't look at the map.
I'm on the wrong level, so I can't.
Good.
Someone fell off.
Did you roll the Action as well?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god, do you want to come over there with a hat? Do you want to go grab the Tatterin, see if you can add that to the pile?
Pile on! No, I want to get the Kolob in there. Won't fit through that, actually. I don't think it becomes far too big. It's just too slippery and just, yeah, backwards and stuff.
We should go save them.
Yeah, please don't. I haven't got an alternative.
No, the Action doesn't have a decent... But you've got decent reach, but...
Yes.
Now you've got the
I
Action nearby.
I have moved it.
Can you not use the
Go on,
Action
Tad,
as an anchor?
No, I've moved it near a tree, so I might just better pull it up right, just using the tree actually.
Tad, come
It
in.
just ends up pulling
What's
me
up?
near a tree.
We're gonna go save them.
Stand. Yeah, there we go, look at that. Handbrake and the wheels are spinning like lunatics. Like, the handbrake is actually on.
To be fair,
Right,
in my Impreza, if I'm in gear, the handbrake is more of a suggestion than a demand. So that's kind of fair.
I don't know how to put the action. Actually, I'm about to just ram it.
Who are we rescuing?
Max from himself.
Not sure we need to rescue him, yeah.
There we go.
I told you not to go that way.
Yeah, but we got the watchtower.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all that matters.
That's what I should have named the stream
Yeah.
tonight. We could have got like 8 watch. We should have called it All Along the Watchtowers. Damn it. Incidentally, I had no idea what that song was for Battlestar Galactica. So everyone else watching going,
What?
Oh, I don't lie. I've never heard the song before in my life. My parents weren't hippie, so I didn't grow up with shit music.
What?
What?
Since when is Jimi Hendrix shitting?
Shit? When does he shit?
It's hippie music, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's fucking
It is.
hippie stoner music, like your parents.
Feel so attacked right now.
I have no. I just didn't know the song at all. Absolutely.
Fair enough.
Where are
Pretty
you going,
much
Ted?
until the Prodigy.
Sheltered life.
Until the Prodigy started to basically invent modern dance music in Essex in '91, I didn't like any music at all. So Jimi Hendrix was not my thing. My tastes have branched out. I like all sorts of electronic music now.
To be fair, electronic is good music.
Well, I say and it would be a hard press to argue it's not electronica. The Doom soundtrack, which I have listened to so many times, I simply cannot get over how incredibly well mastered and put together the Doom soundtrack is. In my life, I don't think I've ever heard such a good pieces of music. Right, really, really, really.
Good pieces of music.
Well, as I say, a good piece of music, but that's not just one. I mean, BFG Division has essentially hit full-on meme territory. You know, it's BFG Division goes for everything. It's up there with E1M1 or Guile's intro theme or the Zelda music. It has absolutely become embedded in our sort of culture. But almost every other track on both the Doom and Doom Eternal soundtracks are nearly as good. This is just... It's like an album that you buy, and it's not just a couple of good tracks. They're all belters. And in this case, it's been surprising, because it's just not my genre of music. It's really not, but it's just totally amazing. And honestly, if you've not played Doom, Play Doom Eternal. They're both absolute
Want to,
cracking
but it's a
games.
big download.
Yes, it is. Well, I will probably take a night or so off streaming. I might stream from my Xbox because there will be the new expansion coming out. I can't wait. It's the only game where I wish I bought the season pass retroactively.
I never really understood the whole season pass thing.
Yeah.
Because to me it sounded like the only time I'd encountered the word season and that sort of terminology before. Oh god, that's it.
Esports.
No.
Really?
Amusement parks.
Railway.
Oh,
Railway.
I like
Oh,
it.
I was
yeah.
like, okay, so that means I get to use the game for a month.
No, so
I don't want that. I don't want that. I want to be able to buy the game.
So a season
You know.
pass is much closer to a football season pass, which more or less means for
Season ticket.
for the next so for the next blah 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 month until the end of the season, whatever football games your team are doing, you get to watch. That's more what it is. Whatever content we put out, you get. The problem with the season pass is, to a great degree, you're paying for stuff they've not written. There's no guarantee they will ever release it. They don't have to. I mean, SnowRunner was very vague in their season pass description. I mean, it was, it's rescue, collect, explore. Or they dressed it up. But, I mean, I've enjoyed this game so much. I'm like, yeah, it's great. It's not like the Mudrunner maps, which are like, oh, cool, another map where I deliver logs to. These maps are radically different and just... I mean, the ice, the deep ice and stuff cracking is just incredible that they've even done that. So, quite happy to give these guys my money. I think they've knocked it out the park with this game in virtually every area, barring perhaps some of their design choices for multiplayer, which were perhaps not done entirely sober. But for a game where I haven't driven above 50 miles an hour, except for very brief moments where it went wrong, I've had so much fun, and that's unusual. A bit like in reality, I have the most fun the quicker I'm going.
Hey.
I drove my car. I drove my car on the motorway today for the first time in I don't know how long. That's the first time I've taken my car above 60 miles an hour in a very long time, and I felt kind of like, I kept glancing at my speedo. It felt like I was going too fast. I'm like, oh, I'm only doing 60. I'm actually allowed to do 10 miles an hour because I feel naughty. But I just haven't had to travel anywhere for such a long time. It feels odd.
60 miles per hour or 60 kilometers?
Miles.
Okay.
Keep your filthy kilometers to yourself.
Tad, I will explain.
I ain't got no kilometers, but Mr. British or Mr. DJ keeps screaming at me about the metric system, and I'm like,
I know.
We have the metric imperial confusion.
Let me explain to you, Tad. We buy milk in 2
Pints.
No, you don't. You buy them in 2.1 litre cartons, which happens to exactly match 4 pints. You buy fuel in litres. You measure your range in miles. You measure your speed in miles. You measure your fuel efficiency in miles per gallon, even though we don't know what a gallon is.
I have no idea what a gallon is.
No, I couldn't tell you. I think.
But I can tell you what a good mile per gallon is.
Exactly. My car gets 65 miles to the gallon.
That's terrible.
65 miles to the gallon? That's
amazing.
That is very good.
Yeah,
65 miles per gallon.
I'm getting confused.
Petrol, that's very good.
65 of diesel miles to the gallon is not so good because diesel goes further but costs more per gallon. It's not.
Yeah,
not
but still,
direct
that's not bad. That's still not bad.
Well, it's only 600 cc.
Yours only what? 600. Oh, it's a little tiny. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say my 2 litre 220D that I had was like 56 miles per gallon.
Yeah, that's 56 diesel miles to the gallon. Diesel cannot be compared with miles per gallon to petrol. You get way more mileage per mile, but it costs more. It's not a fair comparison. Apples to apples. Yeah, have you not seen my car, Malcolm?
What, the Impreza? Oh, you bought the smart down to Reading.
65 miles to the gallon.
This is why I was confused originally. But
65 miles to the gallon in the Impreza. No.
You brought that down to Reading when you came to visit us.
Yeah, 65 miles
I
to the
thought
gallon.
you were talking about the Impreza. I was like, what kind of Impreza is that? It's amazing.
Yeah,
One with a hole in the middle of it.
I know, if I had an NA
Not bagel.
Impreza, I might be able to get 65. No, not even then. No, my Impreza gets, at best, At best, 25. At
Right,
worst,
That's not awful.
Adam,
at
how do you
worst,
reckon
7.
How do you reckon they measure the efficiency in my car?
It's kilowatt hours per mile, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, was it kilowatt hours per 1,000 miles? 1,000, something like that. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, per 1,000 miles.
Per 1,000 miles, yeah. No, 1,000 miles.
Yeah, or kilometers.
Kil-
It depends. It depends which. Yeah,
What
they
do
do it both.
But what's the abbreviation for that? What's the MPG equivalent?
I think
KWM. KWK.
I think it's,
Quack. KWK. I hope it's KWK. Is it KWK?
no. I think
Oh.
it's M/kWh. No, yeah,
per
kilowatt hours.
hour.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I vote we rename it to KWK. Exactly.
Okay.
Quack. I'm coming up. I hope you're all on the stream, but I'm coming up to the corner. Please push. Engage low gear. Engage diff lock. Engage
balls.
Engage gentle foot. Engage hydrogen foot, not lead foot. Oh God.
That's the point. If cars are so smart these days, why do we even need an accelerator on them?
What? Say that again. If cars are so smart nowadays, why do you need accelerators?
Yeah, I mean, the sort of the technology we've got in them for, like, you know, measuring distance and what's around them and that sort of thing.
Here's
Why
a
don't you just
question.
have them go gently, you know, just make them drive gently up to the speed limit.
I mean,
Just say, here's the speed limit, do that.
to be quite frank,
They're not doing that.
if you're in
It's
a
horrible.
modern Ford, you can already do that. The modern Fords have cameras in that will read the speed limit signs as you go past them.
Yeah.
My car does that.
But
I've seen that. I've seen the French cars do that, and they get it very wrong sometimes.
The ITS
Well,
does that.
very
but
wrong.
Yeah.
the drawback is if your car doesn't spot the 40 to 30 sign because it's dirty or there's a truck in the way and you speed through a village, that's your fault.
Adam, temporary signs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not perfect. I mean, the modern ones use cameras and GPS backing, so they're pretty good.
That's all.
Waze picks up temporary speed limits within a minute or two of them going live. You know, it's pretty awesome.
Mine does that, picks it up. But what was I going to say? Right, here's another question. Tad, the right pedal in your car, what do you call it?
The diesel pedal.
Accelerator?
You
you
do
call it-
not
no, you
call
don't.
it.
No,
You
you
call it
don't.
the gas pedal. You liar.
Yeah. Yeah.
It all
So-
depends. If I'm working on a truck in the army and I've got to write down what it's called, I call it an accelerator. It's still the
Okay.
gas pedal.
Okay. Okay. In electric cars, is it the gas pedal?
I guess it would be.
It's the go
And
pedal.
that's definitely
Americans are lazy like that.
it definitely
What about
would.
hybrids? What about hybrids?
Well, that's the
Yeah.
Definitely still the accelerator.
fuel source pedal.
Yeah. But it's going to be accelerator whatever, haven't surely.
The fuel source pedal.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, actually, no. Actually, you're all wrong. It is neither accelerator nor gas. It's throttle.
Throttle.
Because on a
Advanced.
bike, you wouldn't call it a gas.
Why? Okay.
twist,
So why is
it's
it
a throttle.
why is it a throttle?
Because it.
Why is it the throttle, not the accelerator?
Because you choke the monkey.
I mean, originally it's because you're
Throttle cable.
you're
With
open
gears.
you're opening the throttle bodies.
You're increasing revs in a car with an engine and gears.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
increase the revs in an electric car.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
But,
but-
not really for gears.
I mean,
though.
no, gears are irrelevant. Scooters don't have a gear. You've still got a throttle on them.
Scooters
Don't
do
have gears.
Do they not? Do they not
CVT.
technically have gears?
All CVT.
Remind me, which isn't that not the variable? It's
Yeah,
a variable
continuous
transmission
variable
with it.
transmission. So when you
It's got hundreds of gears.
no, it hasn't. It hasn't. It's two.
CVTs are fascinating.
It's two cones that move. So when you accelerate
Yeah,
the scooter,
they are
it goes whee, and that's it accelerating. And I hate CVTs. I've driven one, a car CVT. I have never had such a tedious driving experience in my life.
There are, I can't remember what they're called. They're basically CVTs, but they have. It's like a CVT on one side, and then like basically it's mechanical on the back, effectively, which is quite clever. So it's like you've got gears on the back, but it's also completely variable on the front.
Yes.
It's all the other way around. It's
Yeah.
quite clever.
I think that's the Honda one.
They're fascinating. They're fascinating though. It's like a concept. It's such a good idea because you've always got the best power to power ratio.
But you can't drive a lot of power through them. You can't have like a
No, I can
1,000
imagine
horsepower CVT, and they really sound bad. They
probably just slip.
I like it. Well, I like electric cars. I like the whir. It sounds cool. It's a little bit milk floaty, but I like things a little bit Jetsonsy.
Well,
but the CVT is just.
Oh, that reminds me. I was driving the Kia Niro to work today, and I went past a bloke on a bike, and he had no idea it was there. The face on it, you know.
Yeah. Do you have? Sorry, Kia Niro is electric, isn't it?
It's hybrid.
It's hybrid. Do you have the? How old is it?
A year.
Actually, to be honest, that question is pretty much irrelevant. Do you have the sound, basically the speaker, the external speaker on it?
God.
I have no idea. How do I know?
Does it make a noise?
I've got. Well, when you're at low speed, does it make under 20 miles an hour? Does it make a noise?
It makes an electric noise, yeah.
No, it'd be an artificial. It's very artificial.
If it was a speaker, it would be electric anyway.
Yeah. No.
Mine's got that. My i3, the i3 I had didn't have it, and the i3s now does because it's new enough that it's come into that regulation that requires it.
I really can't stand that. Like, I love the idea of a future where cars are silent. Like, diesel.
Honestly, it's lovely.
If you buy a modern Mercedes diesel, it makes no noise at all. It does not sound like a trans van. It is silent. The only noise it makes are its tyres. And this whole idea of kids won't hear it coming. Like, I've had kids walk out in front...
because they have headphones on. They're not even
they won't hear it coming anyway.
I've had kids walk out in front of my cruiser. And a friend of mine described my cruiser. It sounds like Thor gargling hand grenades.
Yeah.
Okay? And people still don't notice it because it doesn't. So it's weird. And... I can't stand the concept of a feature where you get all these like beep 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 noises. Just
mine kind of just goes and then each driver goes and it gets 20 and then it stops. And then as you're idling, goes kind of like modulates a little bit. But it's really I don't really like it because I had the i3 with nothing on it at all, and it was nice. And to be honest, the way I drove it, as soon as you put your foot down anyway, you get you get the motor blur anyway. I'm here to get that. Fuel? Yes.
As a sound engineer, I like the idea if you also attach it to the concept of effectively ringtones. So you can customize it. Though, you know that someone will have one that goes bring ding 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 bring ding 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 bring ding ding. Yeah. I hate to say it. I hate to say it.
I would.
One of my less proud moments is I was probably in some way responsible for that. So
really?
Go fix the twin steer.
Oh my god! Did you see that, Tad?
What?
I came near this truck and it flipped.
Yeah.
So the bring ding a ding thing was originally a guy making fun of his mate's scooter in quite an obscure email forward. We made it mainstream by we redid our own one in MotoGP. So the MotoGP bikes in the MotoGP Network goes bring ding 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 bring ding 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 ding. So we took it from obscure to fairly mainstream. The game sold millions of copies, and then the Crazy Frog version came out, and I have this horrible feeling someone played the game and went that. So if that's the case, I apologise. And it was literally called Bring a Ding Ding mode as well.
Where are we going, Tad? What are we doing?
I don't know.
I'm coming.
Do you still have parts?
I'm coming with enough.
There's a place uncovered in front of us. Yeah.
I'm coming with enough capacity for wood.
Because we need 100 more parts for the twin steer to be restored.
I think I put all of mine into. I'm not sure if it was that or something else. What was this thing?
I have put all my parts in as well. I'm afraid, but I am coming with a new vehicle, but I don't have any parts.
What about you, Max?
I'm just trying to afford this.
Oh no, the Asheton still has 150, or is that just room for 150?
I thought I spent it all, but maybe it does.
Nope, you still got it all.
Then
I'm gonna go fix the twin steer then.
Then please do.
I think my plan is to go and explore this area on the map, and then I should probably be off. So do you need to be up at? Actually, it's not too early tomorrow. 6:30.
Electric car owners just lightweights. That's what I'm hearing here.
What? No, people who have not 9 till 5, but you know what I mean.
People with proper torque have late bedtimes.
Yeah.
Actually, how much torque has it got?
I can't remember. I want to say something. I want to say 400 Newton meters. Oh, I found a little trailer, a scout trailer.
Now see, Tad, here's the problem. Yeah, again, we're talking about metric. I have no idea. I will have to look up how many 400 Newton meters.
180 something brake, 182 brake horsepower.
Yeah, but brake horsepower is irrelevant. It's torque. It's all about torque. What's your torque? So yeah, I work in foot pounds, not Newton meters.
In foot pounds.
Yeah,
I can give you the torque. It's 199 foot pounds.
Not bad.
That's all right.
Yeah,
That's
not
about,
bad. That's the
that's like
i3S.
that's like double my smart car. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Twice as much.
So I worked this out because I've got like a car charger and a kind of a cheaper tariff at night, and my commute per day cost me 76 pence for a 52-mile return journey.
Wow. So I'll give you a clue how much that'll cost the Impreza, because I do have a ballpark figure, about £26 a day.
Yeah. For 52 miles.
Essentially, my Impreza costs about 50 pence a mile, give or take.
Yeah.
Under reasonable motorway-ish conditions.
Yeah. So that's one of the hilarious things. I just drive that car like it's stolen because, I mean, 76 pence.
Yeah.
So you can't really damage it by racing the crap out of the engine.
Oh no! What's that 1,000 mile wear-in time or whatever they get with the new cars? Just
To be fair, that hasn't been a thing in about 30 years.
Yeah.
It's just not a thing. Engines are way too finely. You still get the don't
Yes.
do it, but
yeah, exactly.
it's not actually a thing.
It's not necessarily a thing, but you do get more performance. Like, it won't damage your engine, but you do get more efficiency and performance out of driving it carefully. No, you do. You do. You do.
No. That indicates that the engine has been manufactured to some very bad tolerance.
It's not that. It's just so tight that basically it's actually overly tight. Basically, the way they do it, 'cause it's so close.
Yeah, maybe
It's actually wearing
but not proper cars.
it's every single manufacturer, especially with diesels.
More importantly, though, driving it like a hoon with that much torque and skinny tyres, you are going to be getting through tyres at quite a clip.
Yeah, the i3S is wanted to track tyres as well.
Yeah.
So it's not as thin as the i3. The i3, by the way, the i3 was a bit of a death trap. I'm not going to lie. Like, going around corners, you learn very quickly to slow right down and then just floor once you're straight and lined up, because that car was really interesting.
Yes.
i3S, it can go around a corner nearly as well as a Mini. It's
Hey, man,
hilarious
we
because it's got sort of wide track.
We should track it. Seriously, there's a track at Abingdon that I really like. We can do it at Abingdon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not technically my car.
So I suggest you don't tell anyone.
They'd notice.
Yeah. No, I said I had a friend who
I'll tell you what, that'd be the cheapest track run ever, though, wouldn't it?
Well, so part of your problem is that you will get through your
Tyres.
range.
I was actually
your range. You will see your range disappear like you couldn't believe it would disappear.
Oh, yeah.
What's your normal range? Like 100, 200? What's your
A realistic range?
Quoted.
I would say 107. Oh, quoted 195. Real range 160. Doing kind of motorway.
You'll probably get 15 to 20 miles out of that on track.
Fucking hell, really.
But and I've heard people going, "Oh, right, that's ridiculous." I'm like, yeah, but if I'm driving well, I maybe get 30 miles out of a full tank on the Impreza. Like, I'll do 15 miles in the morning and then I'll go for lunch, and I'm down to half a tank. Like, there's no way I could go for longer. But yeah, you're talking about truck costs. A mate of mine, he got a Tesla and he upgraded his Yaris to a Tesla, talking about how much money he'd save. And then we found out how much the tyres cost for the Tesla.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Big 18-inch wheels. Oh, Tad, wheels always done in inches.
Yeah.
So,
You imagine centimeter tires?
well, okay, Tad, do you happen to know the tyres on your car?
No.
You
I've
don't
never bothered. Stock.
Right,
don't
but
care.
you don't know what they are. Okay, so I'll tell you my one. So my one's a 225/40/18. Yeah? That sound about right? 225/40/18?
Yeah.
Good to me.
Kind of big.
18-inch tires.
What do you think the 225 is?
Rubber grade?
Millimeters.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, so tyres are measured with 225, which is the width in millimeters, 40, which means 40% of the width of the tyre is the sidewall height. 18, which is the
Diameter.
Diameter, yeah. Welcome to England. Tad, I'm just to your south, by the way. I'm gonna.
No, you jumped in as soon as I drove through the square.
Oh, right. I'm just so I gotta head north and a long way along. I have not got the fuel for this to the logging station, and we'll see. That might actually be the end of our session, but we'll see how it goes because that's a.
Well, you might have a twin star following behind.
Well, great.
Although
So we can just burn
it's
these
an
fuel.
It's an unupgraded one, so it's pretty shit. But
If you go, which way are you going? Are you going
Across the
east,
top.
like literally? But yeah, okay. So where I am now, there's maybe a little bit north of me. There's a scout through carry I just put by the road.
Oh, cool.
Does that
Well,
help? I'm just gonna go and explore this little area down here. And then I'm
Tad's
gonna
got hundreds of liters, so I'm having
Yeah.
Tad's sweet diesel.
gas.
What's I don't know fuel grades, but what's above like kerosene and paraffin? Like what get you get? Yeah, I'll say rocket fuel, but I've no idea what happens.
yeah, jet fuel and rocket fuel.
Well, jet fuel is paraffin, or is it
Not all of it.
kerosene? See, the
Not all of it.
kerosene.
I don't know, it depends on what your turbine's set for. Because you could run it off of kerosene.
What
You
do
can run
you-
it off of diesel.
What do you know about airplanes? Shut up. Quite.
I worked on them for a while.
I worked on airplanes. Yeah, I suppose you worked on helicopters.
Helicopters.
As well. Wait, why have you all left the game?
I haven't.
Max has. Max, are you leave or did you just?
It's time. Yeah,
Go-
time.
It's
Yeah,
time.
I mean, I'm recovering and going to head off as well. What was
Bad timing. I just got loads of money in cash.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So what?
Recover.
But airplane fuel. I mean, there's kerosene and paraffin, which I think I can't which way around. But what's above that, if anything, or is that just as high as it goes? I really don't know. I've no idea what you crack off from fuel. Well, no, it's crude oil, heavy fuel oil, diesel, petrol, super unleaded.
Solid fuel, liquid fuel, fuel gas, biofuels, fossil fuels, energy.
And pure alcohol.
Thanks, Wikipedia.
I don't think you can get alcohol out of petrol. Well, I wouldn't drink it.
There you go.
Get
Entry
away.
questions are common types of fuel.
Uh-huh.
Diesel, ethanol, gasoline, hydrogen, kerosene, LPG, methanol, nitromethane.
Hydrogen is common.
PG.
Well,
No, but-
With
hydrogen.
propane gas.
One of the most common bloody fuel on
See,
the planet.
hydrogen makes.
What?
I was going to say hydrogen probably makes more sense in like a plane. If you're going to go for like, I'm talking about your generator and hybrid idea earlier.
Oh, what does that say? Hydrogen-powered, hydrogen fuel cell trucks and buses are very feasible.
They're doing ferries.
and they're,
They're doing
yeah,
ferries
and
as
they're
well.
excellent. Hydrogen-powered cars, it's just too much machinery. They're just
I
too
don't
small.
think it works.
No, it doesn't.
But I mean, yeah. I mean,
is-
the thing is, it costs so much to actually make the hydrogen in the first place, unless you use solar, in which case you might, or something like that, or wind. You might as well just chuck it straight in a car.
Yes.
Or the other thing is, you can get electricity from basically anywhere, right? But
How-
hydrogen, of course, is if you want to take a massive amount of fuel with you, hydrogen makes a lot more sense. So, for instance, for ferries, and I think they were looking at doing hydrogen planes as well.
Yeah.
That'd make much more sense.
I don't know what you on your way to work, Malcolm. What do you do? What do you listen to?
Generally, Radio One,
Right.
Kiss FM.
Stop wasting your life. Subscribe to the Fully Charged podcast. It's by
I've
Robert.
got it as well.
Weller.
I know Robert. I listened to it.
and-
I've got it.
And then you should know all about hydrogen cars and solar power
I know.
planes and
I
solar power trains. Good.
He's very actually. I really like his YouTube channel.
I love Robert.
I'm not sure about the new stuff they did. Did you see the motorbike one they just recently?
Well, the thing is, I used to listen to it on the way to the arcade. So I'm about my phone actually said, "Hey Adam, I'm not going to download the Fully Charged podcast anymore because you've got so many episodes you've not listened to." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Robert."
He is very good though. They've got the guy from the new Top Gear in it, and I'm not a fan. He's not very good a presenter.
I know Johnny left, but I don't know who they've replaced him with. All I know is
Johnny left. Oh, what the guy? The guy.
Robert. He's left. How far behind are you? This was months ago.
I just haven't seen. I haven't listened to the podcast for a while.
Well, this is what
Seen-
you should do. You should listen to the podcast because it's
Right,
great.
I'll say goodnight, guys.
Night night. See you
Ciao.
tomorrow.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Man, now I want to watch The Good Place again. Where he would just say, keep it.
Amelia likes
take it
The Good
easy.
Place.
Oh, then see, Amelia is
I've
dear
watched
and
it.
wonderful
I
to my
can't
heart.
stand it. I can't stand it though. It's too high-pitched, whiny, stupid. It just annoys me.
Watch and what have you seen? Have you seen the first series? How far have you got?
I literally watched like the first episode and a half, and then went, "Oh fuck this."
I watched. Can I have fuel, please? I watched the first season in the background, and then the season finished, and I just looked up and I went, "What the fuck?" The twist is like, holy fucking shirtballs. And then I was like, well, watch the first season again. And went, oh my god, that's genius. Then I'm like, I'm gonna watch the second season, but there's only one episode available. I'm like, oh no, I have to wait for one a week. Yeah, it's really good. It's a very clever show. I feel it's worth a watch. If nothing else, read all the signs from all the shop names in the background. They are genius.
Oh, really?
So it's the same guy that did The Office, Michael Schur.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it starts good. The season 1 does take a while to fit its feet, but the ending was just brilliant. And from then on, it found its feet and it was really good. And in the last season, they really on their finger with the jokes. So I can't remember when it was.
Okay.
But it aired, and they were like, have you seen what's going on the Earth up there? You guys, you've ruined the Earth. What you've done, all the plagues, the floods, Brexit, it's all going to shit up there. I was like, holy shit, you got that reference in really quick. I'm also looking forward to the pandemic hour-long South Park episode they're putting together. So.
Oh really? I never knew that.
It's not out yet.
Not gonna let that go.
So the South Park season they did with Trump and Hillary was amazing. So they
Seen that either.
They would write it on the Monday, film it on the Tuesday and Wednesday, and voice acting on Tuesday, film it Wednesday and Thursday, and air it on Friday. They were doing each episode in 5 days flat to remain topical. Yeah, they said they're never doing it again. But I couldn't watching it. Couldn't believe it. I mean, some stuff they essentially had 2 story arcs. One story arc was fixed, and one of them was relative to who was winning in the polls and how it was going, and who won the election, all that. But yeah, honestly couldn't believe it. I mean, Drop the Dead Donkey was pretty close to the knuckle, because that was more or less live. I think they pre-filmed as much as they could, and then they would insert live segments.
I think that's what I've watched recently. I watched the latest season of Lucifer. I've rewatched the Star Trek. Is it Discovery again? The whole of the first 2 seasons.
The Boys.
The Boys, obviously, yeah.
Because we watched the first 3 episodes, and then he was like,
"Is it going out tomorrow?"
And no, Friday. And then he was like, "Let's watch the next one." And I'm like, "It's not out. How long? A week? A week? I want to watch it now." No,
I know.
You're gonna have to wait.
I'm watching a TV show called Away on Netflix.
Oh, I have heard about that one. Yes, I think you're the second person to mention that.
I've not heard anyone else mention it, but I've been watching it, and it's good. It's a good watch. It's not the best TV show in the world, but it is good. It is interesting.
They've just put the new season of one of my guilty pleasures up. Is it Murder and Death in Paradise? It's so formulaic. It's basically about a British detective on a fictional Caribbean British colony where people just die an awful lot. And like every week, obviously, someone gets murdered and he has to solve it. It's good. It's a bit like, say, if you want to live somewhere, don't ever live in, is it Pontypool? The Pontypad? The place where Fireman Sam lives. Because it has an estimated 70 people living there. However, the rate of fires in that place is higher than anywhere else in the country by 1,000-fold. It's literally the most dangerous place in the world to possibly live.
From California.
Oh, even that. But if you've not watched The Boys, watch The Boys.
The Boys is great.
Once I've done The Office,
in a way, but it took a little bit of time to get to.
Once I've done The Office, it's season 3 of Westworld. It's next for me.
I've never seen Westworld.
Oh, the Westworld is good.
I've heard people talking about Westworld, and they say I heard people saying, "Oh, Westworld is really good," and then suddenly they all stopped talking, and I was like, "What happened?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, it kind of got a bit samey."
The second season was a bit odd, but the best bit about Westworld is I downloaded Westworld and I watched it, and Sly Dave from the chat he downloaded and watched it too, and he watched it with his girlfriend. He messaged me after, he goes, "I'm really impressed with the pilot," he said. You know, it's long, but I'm really impressed with how they've made it look so retro. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? What do you mean? It's all state of the art. And he goes, no, yeah, it really, really looks retro. I'm like,
You watched the old series?
no, he just downloaded the fucking film and watched it from 1973.
That's
I'm like,
the one, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's really good. Really enjoyed that. And I've got to catch up with Better Call Saul, which apparently
I stopped watching Better Call Saul after like the first season because the first 3 episodes of the second season, I think it was, or there was maybe I can't remember the third one maybe, but they were just shit. It was,
I have heard it described that now Breaking Bad is merely the thing you watch in order to learn about the characters in order to watch Better Call Saul. I've heard that
wow.
like the news, but I've not seen it.
Breaking Bad, everyone thought was absolutely amazing. I thought it was pretty good, but I didn't think it was as amazing. Everyone was like, "Wow, this is the best thing ever," and I was like, "Well, yeah, the last season was kind of shit," and it just kind of dragged on a little bit. They had literally just basically, they were just filling a lot of that TV show. I felt.
I mean, the thing about Breaking Bad that's important is by the end of the first episode, you knew who everybody was. You knew everybody's names.
Yeah.
You knew you had motivation for all the characters, and you knew what was going on. It is so well written. Whereas sometimes I watch a TV show, and by episode 3, I'm like, "What's going on? Who's this? Why do I care?" So,
How did this trailer flip?
physics.
What do you think of Star Trek Discovery then?
Star Trek Discovery is fascinating because the first half of the first season is fucking awful. It is shockingly bad. It is almost unwatchable. And I'm like, and I made an event of watching it. I would watch it in VR, in a cinema. And it's amazing. And I'm like, this is so bad. And then there was a writer's hiatus. And then apparently they fired them all. And the second half of season 1 is fucking awesome, and I'm like, what's going on? Why is this like? I honestly couldn't work out but until I read it. But yeah, it's weird. But it's stuff
it's so clever. No, I say it's so clever. It is really good. I really like the characters. The acting's brilliant. The settings of that are fantastic. It's silly enough for me to find it funny, but you know, it's kind of, they have a long enough story arc and things like that to talk about. It's good.
Well, what got me about that was in the first half, it was just watching characters, just a lot of Klingon and a lot of reading, and you can't properly act over Klingon. This is going, and I'm like, read the subtitles, right? Yes, right, collapse down, read the subtitles, yeah. And after a while, I'm like, oh god, please, no more Klingon. And after a while, they did do it better.
So you've seen all of season 1 and season 2?
I've seen all of season 1 and 2, and I'm looking forward to Pike,
season 3
and Pike as well.
Pike?
They're doing a pre-season with the Captain Pike actor.
Oh really? Yeah. Okay, because he was really good. That's one of the biggest things that I'm going to miss actually from that new one. Because you've seen the trailers for the third season.
I don't tend to watch trailers. I either get recommendations or I don't care and I'm going to watch it. Like, I haven't watched the Mandalorian trailer. Why would I do that? I already well know what I want.
I haven't heard anything about the Mandalorian.
There's a trailer.
For the new one.
Hold on. There is a repeatable quest here. The gold time is 10 minutes and nets you 3,500. 10 minutes.
So Tartarin time.
No, you have to get out and get oil barrels back. You're not allowed to recover truck change or garage. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to Bob's Bridge. Oh shoot! I've only got half as much wood as I expected. Oh no, I have got all the wood.
Fine. I am off.
Okay,
the games.
You're very welcome. We'll see you around soon.
See you around.
Remember Squadrons in
October 2nd. I've already told
18 days.
I've already told you. I know very well what day it is.
Yeah, no, I don't care. If it's not working, I'm just going to play it single player and stream that.
No, because it's Amelia's birthday, so I won't be doing anything on that day.
I don't care. We're all going to get good without you.
Nah, you won't. To be honest, I was thinking about it. I was like, I can't remember the controls really. I've had to remind myself of the controls. The only thing I can remember is the D-pad. You've got like left is, I think, on the
left is your D-pad is shield modulation.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's not shield. It's power modulation.
They've literally taken the old XVT system, so I already know it. I've already
It's shield weapons, and agility, effectively an engine, speed.
I know. I
and
forgot.
down,
Wait,
down, I think's balance all.
what year were you born?
1990.
I was playing multiplayer Star Wars combat games when you were 4. I was playing Star Wars games when you were 2. I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to make you regret ever joining the Empire. Tad, where the hell are you going?
Yeah, but being as old as you are now, I mean, is that
I wanted to go get the
going to
corporate
impact
quest.
your reaction times?
It's not really about reaction time, as I've proven time and time again with every game we've played so far. If you want tomorrow, we can do Doom. You want to play Doom? Pure reaction time, pure unbridled.
I think I got the first of the new.
No. Doom.
OG.
Oh, okay. I haven't played that for years.
Oh, well, okay, Quake, Half-Life 2.
Oh, we should play Half-Life 2. I saw you playing it a while ago, and I was like, that would be really good fun. If I had that installed, I'd join it.
Yeah, it was quite. I enjoyed. We played about 20 matches. It was quite good, and I won. Oh yeah, all of them. That was it. I won all 20 matches. So yeah,
I saw your aim in that,
and I still won every single match.
I mean, if you had a game of toddlers, you'd probably still win.
True. That is true. Yeah, I will happily play you at any FPS game that I have mild competence at.
Cool.
And show you that
I will take you up on that offer. I really will.
Doom it is.
Maybe not Doom. A new one. A newer one.
Doesn't have multiplayer.
The new one doesn't have PvP. The new one.
I don't think I even have to do. I don't think I have.
Doom Eternal has this batshit asymmetrical mode.
I used to like Tribes Ascend.
Doom Soul or Dark Souls type multiplayer?
No, it's much more complicated. It's just.
Did you ever play Tribes Ascend, Adam?
I did, yes.
I used to like Tribes Ascend. Tribes Ascend was good.
You can't play it because they've gone bust. So.
What, high res?
No, it was by.
Tribes Ascend was high res.
But yeah, they went.
Tribes might have been Sierra. Tribes Ascend was high res.
It was published by Sierra, but yeah, they went bust. They spent loads of money, and they went bust.
I'm trying to think of a good FPS to play. Half-Life 2, probably Deathmatches probably is a good one. It's just completely batshit crazy.
Well, I've got them all. We've got a Google Drive pinned in the LockDown LAN channel with all the games on it. I mean, Doom is probably one of the ones I am better at because I've put so many hours into it.
At Halo?
Halo? How the fuck would we play that?
Got a new Halo, but yeah.
I mean, I've got an Xbox.
No, Halo on PC, Master Chief Collection probably has the things, Combat Evolved or something in it.
Oh yeah, it's got all the multiplayer.
Yeah, we've got all on Game Pass as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can play Halo. I mean, I haven't played Halo in. Well,
me neither.
I barely played Halo, so.
I played the first one on a friend's Xbox, and that was basically it. Like that's my Halo interaction.
Yeah, any old shooter you want, Painkiller, Unreal Tournament, Unreal 2.
I will play Unreal Tournament.
How did I do it? Oh yeah, I won nearly all of the rounds, but not all of them. So you'd have more of a chance.
So FPSs are my go-to game, John. Are my go-to games, basically.
Doom it is then.
Yeah. Okay. As long as you can jump and crouch and run.
Jump? Oh, so you haven't been following the channel, have you? So we played a bunch of games. Oh, Dora, get off the keyboard. We played a bunch of games that were so old that the originals didn't have crouch, but the updates did. So, but the game didn't have any crouch graphics, so the different games do different things. Some of them, they just squash the sprites to make them look like they're crouched. Some of them, they just... There. So, Serious Sam was just hilarious. The crouching was just terrible. Serious Sam also on the list, obviously.
I did have Serious Sam, no.
Oh, what's this quest?
We played on. I played on Stadia. That's why.
Tag, can you just tell me what that quest is to the left?
Signal in the mountains.
Adam, have you ever played Destiny 2? By the way.
That antenna you went to that you had trouble with the rocks that I told you not to go down.
Yes.
Yeah, drive up there.
Oh, okay. I don't think I picked up that quest. That's all. Oh, yeah, it's in the mountains. There we go. Yeah, I have.
I did.
So I played Destiny right at the end of it, and I
Destiny or Destiny 2?
Oh, definitely Destiny, because it was, holy fuck, was it bad. Like, not the game, the tech. To the point, so apparently it was the same game on the Xbox and the Xbox 360. But if you were playing on the Xbox 360 towards the end of its life and you joined a multiplayer match and hit the menu button...
Took you like 15 minutes and the game could end before you even get him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And it wasn't very good on the Xbox. I'm like, fucking hell.
So Destiny 2 is one of those games...
Destiny 2 is free to play, really... isn't it?
Destiny 2...
It's free to play, but there's expansions when you get to a certain point.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you're right. No, is it?
It is, because I tried to play it on... So Destiny 2 is definitely free to play, because I tried to play it on the PlayStation, but without PlayStation Plus, you're not allowed to play with your friends, only with randoms. I'm like, oh, fuck that.
Oh, really?
What sort of dating is that?
Destiny 2 is really good, because I mean, you can just do the whole campaign co-op, and it is funny, and it is quite good, just being able to customise your character and play as a group, and, you know, it's got the whole thing where you can just up the difficulty and play it like that, so it is challenging, you get better rewards for it. The problem with Destiny 2 is it's very, very grindy. That's like, if you can use the campaign stuff, you can get stuff, but if you want to go and get all the upgrades and high level up quicker and that kind of stuff, it's grindy. You just end up doing the same content on a day-to-day basis. It's just like, I love that game to death, so I mean, I've already bought the expansion for it.
Well, if I was going to play a looter shooter, I'd probably play Borderlands. And Borderlands 3 is brilliant in a number of ways. But I'd probably still play Borderlands 2 if I had to pick one to play.
But the difference is, and the reason why I'd actually prefer Destiny 2 as an example, is because it is, to an extent, an MMO. So you'll be running around and an event will pop up and there'll be loads of people doing it, and you just join in with them. They do this whole season. They do seasons and stuff properly. So you have like massive storyline arcs, which is like comes out in the season, and events that occur, and you know that's quite good. They've done a couple of massive events where everyone has to, you know, do an event or do something to basically assist with the world goal. And it's not server level, it's not console specific, it's world goal, which is cool.
Right, opening of Anchorage.
Like planet side.
Was Anchorage?
The Anchorage opening was.
I was level 40 at Anchorage.
The Anchorage opening was the war event.
But was that the same on every single server globally? At the same percentage, effectively. It was a time.
No, it was per server. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, this is everything. So on some of these, as an example, they are every console, every server. Because you don't, every platform and every server.
So what do we need? We need wooden planks at the south bridge. Dora, get your genitals off my keyboard. And we need wooden planks at the central bridge. So back up there, get some more wood. Yeah.
I'm actually off.
I know. That's fine. And we'll see you tomorrow. Tad, shall I just go back and then around in a loop? Because I'm basically 180 degrees from the start, aren't I? So I might as well just take the same route I took before.
Sounds good to me.
And then two more sets of wood, and then bed for me. Actually, probably not bed. I'm probably gonna see if I get my 3D printer printing something custom rather than the test item. So yeah, I had to buy a new memory card for it, and the smallest memory card I could buy was 32 gigabytes. It's like, what the fuck? And cost £5.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you remember your first memory card?
Yep.
What was it?
8 megs, PlayStation 2, or PlayStation 1.
Yeah, I mean, like a generic memory card, because rather than Sony's own proprietary brand of expensive. But if you remember it, you might not do. Not everyone is weird like me.
I don't. It was for a camera, but it wasn't big.
Well, my first one was, I bought it in '99. I bought it in America. I bought it from duty free. So no taxes. I paid $99 for it. And it was 32 megabytes. And by volume, that's probably the most expensive thing I will ever buy unless I get into a cocaine habit. Even that, I don't think. By volume. So yeah, it's crazy expensive it was. And now they're so cheap, like incredibly cheap. It's amazing. But essentially, I can't. I've got a Raspberry Pi to run my 3D printer, so I don't talk to my printer. I talk to my Raspberry Pi, and it does it. But you can't talk to multiple printers for one Raspberry Pi. But I've got an app that lets me talk to the Raspberry Pi remotely. So wherever I am in the world, I can start a print, stop a print, look at like a 3D model of the print in progress. I can see the webcam, and when it's finished, it takes a photo and texts me a picture of my print saying your print's finished. It's awesome.
That's so cool.
There's one step further I've not done. What you can do is you can finish the print, wait for it to cool so it's not adhered to the bed, and then you can move the bed, and then you can knock the print off the bed to clear it and then do another print. But I'm not quite at that stage of fully automated 24/7 printing.
You don't need it though either, do you?
I don't, but I mean I can see people that do. I mean I'm literally sat between two 3D printers. I've cleared off a table to put my new one on. I haven't quite worked out where it's going yet. But
a place where Dora can't live in it.
Oh, this is the worst thing. The old printer it's kind of boring. It's just I don't saw the pictures. The old one is just essentially a pair of a bar that moves, and something that moves along the bar, and then a plate that moves back and forwards. It's very boring. The new one is it's called a Delta printer. So it's 3 motors and sliders and 3 arms. So the whole thing, again, it's in the beginning of Westworld. It looks like a robot arm painting into space. It's much more interesting to watch, and Dora has already sort of looked at it going, yeah, that's interesting. I like that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Am I helping at all pushing?
I mean, realistically, probably not. If it makes you feel better, that's important.
Well, it's something to do back here.
Yeah, it's interesting. Even when it's not challenging, particularly, like this is fine. I mean, the car is happily driving along this without any particular troubles. It's still entertaining. There's enough detail, so at any point you can just go, oh, that all looks really cool. It's something that Todd and I had to explain to Todd, because we were doing games. We put in so much detail into Adapter. If you stop, there is so much detail, but people just blast past as quickly as they can. And in that game, you're doing it 40 or 50 miles an hour. So the fact that you can't move quickly in this means you are really drinking in all that glorious detail. Whereas I was in Forza, which is, again, a very detailed game, you just smash past it as quickly as you can.
I was a little jealous watching Forza. I was like, why can't we do driving across the countryside like that?
I did have my reservations about Forza, and I still do have complaints, but the driving part is honestly some of the best I've ever played. And
I would hope so.
I'm waiting for
someone. It's a flagship game.
Well, I'm waiting for someone from Playground to respond, because I know all of the Codemasters Playground people, and I posted on my Facebook complaining about the music because I got a copyright strike. I got a content match strike, because I can't turn the music off. I can only turn the music down. So at the end of the race, we happened to all stop talking, and a music track plays very quietly, and YouTube picked it up, and I was like, what the fuck, guys? So I've ranted a bit about it. And loads of other people joining in again, they've had problems too. But I'll be curious, because I know the lead designer, I know the audio guys there, I know nearly all of the team. So I'll be curious if they come back with, that's because, or, oh shit, we never thought that. Or, more realistic, they won't say anything at all because they're busy on Forza Horizon 5, which hits 8 weeks, I guess. I can't remember when Thanksgiving is.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
And I think the pre-orders for the Xbox go live on the 22nd. So I need to work. I don't know if they're doing a day one edition or not. Because if they are, I'd like to get one. And if not, it'll be the first Xbox One I haven't had a day one edition of.
A YOLO swag, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, I like the day one Xbox One X. was actually called the Scorpio edition. So Scorpio was the internal working name for the
Yeah, I
game.
remember that.
Yeah, it's really good, and I had to jump through some serious hoops to get that one. But I like my Xbox. The thing is, right now, I mean, I guess Game Pass is the solution, but right now, if I get my Xbox One Series X, I think that's the correct term, I don't think I'll see much improvement. The two games I play the most on my Xbox are Doom and Diablo 3, and both of those run at 4K HDR 60 frames a second. So there isn't an improvement to be had on either of those games.
Not really. Unless 8K starts getting weird.
I can't use 8K because my HDMI AV adapter is only
AV adapter? Well, there's your problem.
well, I can't. Oh, okay, that's this next one. Obviously I've got speakers. I don't use the television speakers, so I need an AV receiver. There are only two HDMI 2.1 receivers on the market, and the cheapest one is £2,500.
Yep.
So I was prepared to pay a little more for my receiver to make sure it's future proof, because I finally got rid of my old receiver, which only had HDMI 1.4. I had that a decade. I've got the one I had before that only supports analog. I mean, I've had that one 20 years. They don't wear out. There's nothing to wear out. It's solid state. So I've got the issue that I bought an amp. It's not a good one. It's a Sony one, but it's only 250 quid. But I'm going to have it for probably the rest of my life. It won't break, and it's already obsolete. So my television is HDMI 2.1. My video card is HDMI 2.1. My Xbox will be HDMI 2.1, but there is no sensibly priced AV receiver to put in the middle. So no 4K HDR 120 frames a second for me. I'm limited to 4K 60. Like the olden days.
And your TV doesn't have multiple inputs, so you can't just swap the TV channel?
Well, this is why I bought... So my television is like most televisions, and it's exactly why I bought the AV receiver. It has 4 HDMI sockets, one of which is HDMI 2.1, and the rest is HDMI 2.0, because it is expensive to have the state-of-the-art stuff in there. So yeah, I basically got tired of yanking the cable out the back of my Xbox and switching to the PlayStation every time I switch console.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's miserable.
Well, if nothing else, they're expensive. It's a hard one. I don't really want to wear out the ports.
No. Well, that's super lame.
Well,
have you been looking to see if there are TVs with multiple 2.1 ports now, or?
I mean, to get sort of an equivalent modern screen, I mean, I'm looking at... I mean, my TV was very expensive, but I bought it in a Black Friday sale for not very much money. So to replace it would be an expensive proposition. Dora, get off the keyboard. She's just passed out on the keyboard. And she's stretched out so far. He was a tiny puss. Stop pretending you're big. But yeah, it's I try not to be an early adopter wherever I can. I try. That's why I got a 3D printer. Basically, once I
major kinks.
Well, it's not even major kinks. So with my first printer, which was cheap, I just had a look for all of the parts for it, and there's hundreds of parts for it. I can buy replacement everything from it for a variety of manufacturers. It's all standardized and brilliant. And I had a chat.
Now that's nice.
I had a chat with a friend of mine, Steve, who is into this sort of thing, and he has been. So he has a original rep wrap, and he said the thing is, 3D printers haven't got much better in the it's about 4 years since the patent went out. But what has got better is the filament, because the filament you get now is so good. Like, he would buy original filament and have bits of sawdust in it and stuff like that. There's now a major market for high quality filament. But as I was saying to Max earlier, 3D printers got to the point now where they're consumer items. So there's now a market in a 3D printer that you don't have to faff about with. I mean, the bed leveling on that one, it took the printer 2 minutes, but it took me 2 seconds. And then there was a couple of buttons and a sheet of paper, and then it's done. That's it. It's ever so easy. Whereas you don't need to go back too far, and leveling your printer was a process you did over weeks and weeks and weeks of tweaking. I ain't got time for that. Ain't no one got time for that. This is the first time I've actually driven a tractor and a trailer in a while. I think the game should make you deliver more resources more often, so that is more of a common occurrence. I guess, again, you've played single player more than I have. I'm guessing in single player you use trailers a lot.
Depends on what's going on. For the most part, I really don't. But that's because I'm more interested in what I'm carrying. I plan out my route a lot more stringently. And if just the sheer amount of stuff I need is that ridiculous, like the 3 missions they added to this map, I might use the twin steer because that holds 4 cargo, AUG standard. It's all about which trucks versus what you're trying to carry.
So I'm going to head south to where the ford is, drop the trailer, go around, go to Southbridge, come back, pick up the trailer, then head to Bridge the Gap, hand that in, go to bed. That's my plan.
There's so many places to drop off wood here, though.
Yeah,
There's so many of these garbage little bridges.
That's fine. I like drive. Again, I don't think there's enough times where you're driving a truck and you really feel how slow it is because it's full. Like in this one, when I empty, like if I've just got the truck and no trailer, I can't really tell the difference. I can't usually go that fast. With both the trailer and the main truck full, I can tell the difference between power and no power, full and not full. But normally I can't. I don't think the game makes enough the fact that you are carrying these awesome physics loads with this great little physics engine.
It's very good about changing your center of gravity, I'll tell you that.
Well, I mean, not for this vehicle though. I mean, I'm sure it is.
Oh, I'm just saying.
It's not that
like
much.
the twin steer, if you've got the full extra large cargo on it, it handles very differently. Because all that weight's sitting up so high, and it's a very low truck to the ground.
I just don't think there's enough of that. I'd like to see more emphasis put on that. Like now, because I've got a trailer and a 4 cargo, I can feel the difference. I kind of feel, to a degree, that all cargo should be at least twice as heavy. Make it really, really, really feel like you're genuinely pulling stuff, and it's excitingly difficult.
I wish we could put these tires on them, on your truck.
I haven't got the race suspension, so no, I think this is the biggest tires I can get.
Well, it's just how wide these are. These are great for mud.
I like the tires on the Khan, which
yeah,
they're even bigger.
They're very similar.
They're even bigger, but obviously you can't put those on the Axion. But I have I don't know if it's a sexual thing, it might be, but I really like big rear tires. I have got a 280.
I like it on bikes.
Oh,
like your cruiser, some of the mods for the extra wide deck tires. Oh man.
I have a 280 on the back of my cruiser, which is the standard. It's big. I can go up to 330, so that's only inch and a half, maybe inch and a half bigger. At that point, you struggle to get bike tires, and at that point, you need to go to what is known as the dark side, and that's when you start putting car tires on there. Do you watch F9, I think his name is, on YouTube, a motorbiker channel?
I don't think so.
Oh, he's really good. He's really entertaining. Videos are extremely high quality, but he tends to do he'll review a bunch of different lithium batteries for motorbikes, or he'll review different bike gear and stuff. But he did a thing which is, what's it like going to the dark side? And that is literally what happens when you put car tires on a bike. And pretty much he's like, all the things about contact patch, he goes, it really doesn't apply, because most of the time you've still got about the same contact as a bike. Don't go driving like you're on a super sport, but mostly it's all right. And it's in because he's comparing stopping distance and acceleration and cornering and all that. And he said it's not that bad, but yeah, I can't get much bigger on my cruiser without I can get into the realms of bike tires, but I'm getting to the realms of expensive bike tires.
Yes, very expensive.
I think I've got cobras on the back of my bike at the minute, and the tread pattern is actually cobras, which is cool. So I like that.
What is it? I saw one bike. They redid their bike as a Tron bike, so it had the same wide tires on the front and back,
Oh, yes.
and it looked really, really clean.
I don't know if it's out that you can actually buy that Tron bike.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, but it's expensive, and top speed
Gorgeous though.
15 miles an hour.
That's about right.
You can't-
No
you-
torque curve.
No.
Cornering.
Oh, in a straight line, it's fine. It's a bike. You can't corner it because you can't lean
No.
too much for the bodywork hits the ground. So they're like, you can't.
Oh, the bodywork's the
It's
major deciding
it's a
factor?
display piece, not anything else. Yeah.
for a display piece though.
Oh, it looks great. It looks great. I would also like one day when I'm feeling rich and I got money to burn. I don't know if you know, it's called tail gunners, and they are. It looks like a minigun. So it's a minigun barrel in a bearing with a vane, and you pop it at the end of
Oh,
the
for the exhaust.
So the exhaust
Yeah.
buzzer. And the weird thing is, you gain performance using them because when you change gear, it continues to spin. At that point, it provides negative pressure, so it's exhausting. Exhaust gases out whilst you're changing gear. I'm like, that's awesome. Plus, it looks sweet, so I kind of want one. But they're
The rule of
expensive.
cool applies for everything.
Well, I've
The
got
fact that it improves its performance. Oh man.
Well, I've got a cruiser, so I've got the V-twin, so I would have to buy two, and they are hundreds of pounds each. They're essentially custom made, so
Really?
yeah. I want some. Yeah, somebody wants to buy me a set of, I think I've got 3-inch pipes, so if you want to buy me a set of 3. Oh yeah, exhaust pipes always in inches, never millimeters.
No.
No, I've got 2.5-inch pipes on the cruiser and 3.5-inch pipes on the Impreza.
All right. Are you going left or right?
Okay, we're going right. So we'll come back for the trailer because I'm going to drop it. I don't need to carry it all the way there and back again. We're going to come back this way in a minute.
I will say the engine for the F750 you find
Uh-huh.
on the new map, very powerful, but it is a ginormous gas guzzler. I was getting 10 liters per minute at the highest point,
Nice. I mean, I'm doing 9 here, but obviously I've got 240.
but it's usually like 2s and 3s. Still here?
Yeah.
Hello?
I'll be taking a right now. It's a shame that waypoints aren't shared. You can't see everyone's waypoints all in different colours. God, it looks beautiful. Lovely, lovely. Is it sunset on yours? Have they synchronised that now?
Yes.
And I'm
Or it's setting. Everything's red.
Yeah, I wonder if the weather's synchronised too. Because it wasn't.
I was playing with Sai, and both of ours started to snow at the same time. So I do think they finally figured out how to do that.
I mean, weather is pure. It doesn't like make it slippier when it's wet, as far as I know. So I don't mind that it
Oh,
wasn't
man.
synchronised.
I've noticed that in the snow during the nighttime, roads feel a lot slippery.
I don't think it does. If it does, I think it's subtle, but I don't actually think it does. I think it just feels like it is, but they don't actually change it at all.
No, but even just feeling more slippery, it's like, well, that's cool because that makes sense.
That's something I'd like to approach with Fortress Craft because Astroneer nearly did storms and stuff very well. No Man's Sky nearly did them well, and I'm sure there is a concept of weather, which means, you know, you're about to leave your base. Right, the weather's shit, I'm going underground. Oh, the weather's good, I should do stuff on the surface while I can. There's a lot of...
Like caustic storms or something.
Yeah, so basically, you know, it's... or even the opposite. Maybe you get, like, some solar flares, so all your solar stuff is working really, really, really hard, so it's worth staying up on the surface. I don't know, I'd like to do something. Astroneer storms were awesome, but if they hit you at the beginning of the game, you just either had to dig a hole in the ground and do nothing, or you had to just sit in your escape pod and just sit there and wait for the storm to finish. And people pointed out, going, it's quicker if I quit the game and come back in and there's no storm than to sit in my escape pod and wait for the storm to finish. This is not compelling gameplay. This is boring. And they've removed them. They're entirely gone from the game now. Thank God. The forums always...
You were also saying that it was grabbing up all your physics-based items.
It would blow all your stuff away. It would throw rocks at you, yeah. And the forums are always people going, this game is too easy. There's no challenge. You should put the storms back in. I'm like, oh, fuck off. They weren't good. It was a cool idea because you could see the storms coming and you'd watch them. You're like, yeah, the storm's going to hit the base. Right, let everyone in the server know the storm is going to hit the base. And that was cool. But there wasn't enough to do. The game has no concept really of in your base. You can't really make walls around your base to stop it because the obviously the game's mostly solar power, and then the rocks would just basically spawn in 20 meters away and then hit you. So yeah, it was a shame because it was a good idea and just didn't work. But it's certainly something I'd like to do for this. I've seen screenshots of the volumetrics. I'd like to have fog, ones that really ruin your visibility. So a given level might have very bad visibility some days and different visibility others. So I like the ability to replay the same levels but with different missions and different parameters to try and squeeze as much value out of the content as I can. Wait, where's my trailer? There it is. Can you move the forward? I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get past with the trailer.
I'm going to need to because I gotta...
Oh, shoot. No. Oh, what? Why are you more so... Wait, oh dear, the Ford just teleported then when I got near. Damn, that looks absolutely glorious though. Really good. Because Dave was saying, I always say negative things about games, and it's like, a lot of games, like, the gameplay doesn't impress me, or the tech doesn't impress me. Something about the game is poor, and I tend to talk about that a bit more than the bits I like. But, I mean, in this game, the engine audio is absolutely piss poor. Oh, I'm overheating. I am overheating. Yeah, 74 degrees. Give that set to... I swear it's when I've got reflective water nearby that happens. Come on, cool off.
What I was saying,
yeah.
The F750, it's got a utility tank on the side of it that holds 50 liters. And it gives you the option to put 25 liters into something. So I put 25 liters into the twin steer, and it gave it 25 liters, but I had 26 liters still. So I had this extra liter just come out of nowhere. I put the next 25 in, so I put all 50 in the Twin Star, and if I put that last extra 1 liter that came from nowhere, it deleted everything.
Oh dear, I'm surprised there's bugs in this. It's really not very complicated. Right, so we're going to bridge the gap, I believe it is. Is that right? Bridge the gap, start tracking, yeah. There,
okay.
There.
This one's... That picture I took of the Kodiak trying to pull a freaking... low saddle trailer full of really heavy stuff, and it was just flailing in the wind.
Yes.
And this is where we're growing.
It'll be fine.
This is where we're...
We've got an Axiom.
I know. I'm just saying, this is a very steep hill.
Yeah, once my car's been MOT'd, my next step is I need to think about insurance this year. I currently have insurance that lets me drive on the road, and I get 5 track days a year, and it's always been very good value for money, and it's not anymore. So I might actually go back to a regular low mileage insurance policy, and then just purchase on the day insurance for the car, which is usually about 80 quid. So, yeah, fun times. This is the time of year.
I wonder where they changed it.
No, it haven't. It's just got progressively more and more expensive to the point where I'm like, it's now 550 quid for my insurance for the year for the Impreza, and I'm like, that's no longer good. It's gone up from 300 quid to 500 quid in under 4 years.
Can you bundle your bike in your car?
Oh God, no.
We can't in America either. What is that?
So we get this thing in England, of course, called no claims bonus, and you accumulate no claims bonus on a vehicle basis, not a driver basis. So my smart car's got like 4 years no claims because that's how long I've owned it, whereas my Impreza has like 10 years no claims, which is as high as it goes because I transferred it off a previous vehicle. So I basically, I rang up going, hello, I'd like to insure this brand new to me Impreza. All right, says, what's your name? Oh, well, I've got, I don't have one here, but they're like, oh, you can move it from another vehicle. And I'm like, so this doesn't make any sense. Are you saying that by transferring the bonus, my insurance becomes more on that vehicle? So what? I'm more risky driving that vehicle. This makes no sense. But what I have discovered, and it's a handy hint for you, no fucking insurance company checks. So if you say, I have a car with 10 years no claim, are you moving it off that? Yes, you are. And you don't move it off. You just duplicate it. I have quite a lot of no claims bonuses now because I've duplicated it across, because I've got multiple bikes and multiple cars, and they're all essentially the same no claims bonus. But I was saying to this guy, okay, I said, well, at the same time, I've got a Golf Mark 7. Oh, you can transfer the no claims of that, but I've only got 1 year. But I said, I've also got 10 years no claims on my motorbike. He goes, well, of course, so you can't move it off that. I'm like, your entire system is completely fucking batshit. Don't condescendingly tell me that's a stupid idea. Your whole system is stupid.
And if you fuck around with it and now you're duplicating stuff, how much you want to bet they're going to come after you for insurance fraud?
Well, they can't, because the thing is, they asked me to prove I've got the no claims bonus, which I do. They never asked me to prove that I had stopped my insurance on that one. What gets me is you get the worst. You get protected no claims bonuses. So even if you have an accident, you can pay for them not to notice it, so it doesn't affect your claims. I was like, what? How is this legal? Is that not a protection racket? What you're describing here? So yeah, insurance is it's a massive, annoying, government-approved scam, and I hate it so much.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
That just leaves 2 on the map.
Wow,
or 1.
Is that still wood deliveries?
Yep, there's still more bridges.
Awesome. Well, we should just leave it here as we are, and then.
You see those big towers?
The
oil towers.
Oh, the abandoned drill sites. I don't have any more quests.
Yeah. Each one of those has a bridge to it.
What? Oh yeah, deliver to North Bridge. Tough negotiations.
Tough negotiations. Yep, that's the last one.
Oh, so I've got all and little help from my friends. Go to these places. Awesome. Right, get off the keyboard, you terrible cat. Right, let's see what.
Did you see the map for the whole map for when I finished?
Yeah, they're all the same size, by the way. They're all 2 kilometers on one axis.
Oh.
So
it feels massive.
It's slower. Yeah, 4 upgrades, 7 kilometers, 9 damage received. 9. In fact, that's I'm just going to post that. So that's probably going to be a bit of a record.
How did I drive more than you?
I've been in quite slow vehicles.
Fair enough.
Alright then everyone, thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Remember to harass me if you want me to play something. You're all awesome. Hope the lockdown isn't too bad. Stay safe. Wash your hands.